names, but y'all gonna make me start calling
So,
names.
Go ahead, Kay.
so I think that most men get the best that they can pull.
To his family, or
Right.
all of that. So there's different levels of wanting, but that's why I asked, can you give us an example?
Um,
And if the case, then women are doing the same thing.
I mean, I don't know if I could give an example that y'all can actually know, because it would be like personal. Like, I do have a friend of mine that recently got married, and she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, but I know in college he wanted something else that he couldn't get, and he got her. She's great, but I know that there was somebody else he wanted that somebody else got that he couldn't get, and he loves his wife. She's gorgeous too. But I just know for a fact that the girl he wanted, somebody else that's cool got her and married her. He didn't get her. So
I think that men take their wives so seriously that they do get the woman that's best for them, and they don't settle. Now, things may change along the way or later on in the relationship where it may resembles that they got something they didn't ask for. But going in, I think they actually get what's best for, or what they think is best for them. So I would say they don't settle. Not for a wife.
I would
I'd
say
agree.
that. Oh, go ahead, though.
I agree. I think men definitely choose a woman that's best for them. A lot of times, as a man, you can want, that woman that's a 9 or a 10, but you said he chasing after her. She can't get her shit together, and a lot of times those type of women string you along. So you want her only because she's fine, and maybe y'all got sexual chemistry. But at the end of the day, more times than not, he'll choose a woman that's best for her, that's best for him. And more times than not, she don't have the finest looks, but in every other category, she's excelling in. You know what I'm saying? She may not be the 9, 10, but she's a solid 7. You know, she might be a 5. I mean, depending on every man's scale is different also. So we got to take that kind of into consideration. But yeah, he definitely going to choose the woman that's best for him, the woman that believes in him, that's going to support him, that's going to give him the peace, like Ricky talking about. It's a lot of the things that we hold higher on the pedestal than just looks. Once you get past that looks, then you understand.
Well, let's say, go ahead, True. You got it.
No, go ahead. I go after you.
Well, say like guys only settle for known liabilities. He'll make those adjustments to someone who looks the part but is far from it. She might be easy on the eyes, but hell in the heart mind. But when a guy finds a woman who's attuned to his heart, his vision, who makes it easy for him to be himself, and he can build around that, since we're the gatekeepers of relationships, he's going to fortify himself, not just at the altar, but create that into a home. He can build with her. But a guy who settles for a liability, he's got to make excuses to himself, get mad at himself, deal with the problems that come with it.
I'm gonna go against the grain on this one, man. I mean, I understand where y'all coming from, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that a lot of men get forced into marriage or pressured into marriage based on circumstance. Just like Queen Sheba said, kids being one of them. But I think there's other external pressures as well. Like, you may be kicking it with a chick for years, and you getting pressure from her family, or you getting pressure from her because she the bridesmaid in 3 weddings in the past 2 years, and now she looking at you like, well, what is we gonna do? As a man, you may not be ready, but you see how important that this thing is to her. So it's like, okay, I'll just go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's not saying that he don't love her, or that's not saying that, whatever, but that may not necessarily be, to Kayla's point, that may not necessarily be the woman that he truly, truly loves and truly, truly wants to be with. She's just around at the time. She's available at the time, and he knows that she is a good woman, and he knows that, with a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, maybe I can get her to hopefully be that woman that I truly want to be with. But I honestly feel like a lot of men are pressured into marriage prematurely, and that's why a lot of them get into marriage and start acting a damn fool. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a select few men who have the nuts to go get the woman that he truly wants to be with. if we're gonna be honest.
So, quick question, Trill. So you're saying that a man truly wants to be with based on appearance? Because if you haven't been with that person, how can you say that you love that person if you don't know that person? Because I can look at someone and say, oh, that will be a dream guy, for example. I wish I could, but I don't love him. I don't have any connection with this person. How can I say that I want to be with this person when I don't know nothing about that person? I can appreciate the look, that's for sure, but I'm not gonna base my decision on the look, on just looks.
Was that the only factor? Because like with my situation, I mean, they knew each other. We went to school together. He had classes with her. He knew her. She just was not interested in him like he was interested in her. Just because you're interested in someone doesn't mean that they're interested in you.
Okay, Kayla, I actually do have it. I have an example too.
It happens to people all the time.
Yeah, no, I have an example now. Now this is like bringing up memories. I actually have an example. A guy that I dated in college. He chased after me for years. I just was not interested. I was interested into the guy that I was dating. But, you know, when I was single, I would go on dates. The chemistry just wasn't there. I was at one point trying to force it because I knew that he really wanted to pursue me. And the night that, like, I knew this is so weird. Okay, hopefully you never see this. Okay, the girl, I knew he was pursuing another girl. And I brought it up to him and I said, she seems like she really likes you, to the point where she knew about me because she followed me on Instagram and liked every one of my photos and found me on Snapchat somehow and was like making it known so I can see her page that they went to the Texas Fair and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, I said, oh, that y'all cute, you know. I didn't care, like, because he wasn't somebody that I wanted. And he basically said that I will drop everything. I've been chasing you for goddamn 2 years. He was like, I will literally drop everything just so me and you can work. And I said, no.
Wow.
I said, no. I said, no. No, she seemed like she's more invested. Cause he actually this wasn't game. This wasn't just like game. Like, no, he really was actually like really wanted to be with me. Even when like I was in another relationship and he was in that relationship, he would still just make sure, hey, I'm just, you know, like that. It was like a friendship with him. And, you know, he ended up marrying her. I feel like maybe he settled because he really said to me, like, he really actually wanted to be with me. But my mindset wasn't, you know, there. But
I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one real quick because that is a very, very, very valid point.
He still checks in to this day. He used to tell me happy birthday every year.
Right.
And everything, but I don't talk to him. But he's finally stopped telling me happy birthday. But he used to tell me happy birthday every year, check in. How are you? How's everything? How's life? Like, he still watches. Sometimes creep and look, and he's married.
Just one more.
What I would think is that some men will do that just to, because you're available and you'll always answer. And I'm not saying you, I'm saying in general, okay? Like, they know that the woman is always available and she always answers, that they have the hope that they can still do something. But in reality, do they really want to make a life with this person? And that's what
I think you're apples and oranges, because that has nothing to do with what I just said. So maybe you can use that example for something else, and maybe you can use it for yourself, but that has nothing to do with what I just said. You're just trying to push back. But thank you.
No, I'm saying that I was trying to understand Trill's point, because he was making it seem like it was just, look, you gave more example, like you connected with that person. You had a relationship with that person. That's different. The way I understood from him, it was just a look.
Nah,
so
when did he say that? When did you say
that? Wait.
I was understanding that. I said that.
I ain't even got the chance to explain it yet. This is what I meant, right? Because I understand what y'all saying, but I ain't even talking about those type of scenarios. I'm talking about the woman that got away, the woman that we ruined it with because we wasn't ready at the time. It's way more of those instances than everything else. I'm sure if you ask any man, hey, bro, was it one that you dropped the ball on that you know would have been, super dope? And if any man, if you give him truth serum and force him to tell the truth, he gonna say, yeah. You see, it was one, man, that I just at the time I wasn't ready. I had a lot going on. I was feeling myself. I was messing with the hoes and whatever. And I ended up hurting her real bad. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that I would get a chance to come back around and try to make it work. But by the time I was ready to come back around and make it work, she was in a full-fledged relationship and I couldn't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of those situations that are out there happening. So just like B. Taylor is saying, a lot of men will bide their time, and I feel sorry to say this. It sounds very selfish, but they'll be with a chick and they'll just be kicking it with her, but steadily peeping back to make sure, checking her Instagram, making sure that she ain't done pulled all these pictures down, or check her Instagram, make sure she ain't all of a sudden posting traps, this, that, and the third. Let me know that the window is back open and I can dive back in there 100 miles an hour. So there are a lot of men who do that, and then the minute that she is, they'll drop the current girl they with, start an argument out of nowhere, just to get rid of her, so I can get a chance to get back to that woman that I really truly want to be with, but I just wasn't ready at the time and I ruined it. So I feel like it's way more of those situations than somebody aspiring because somebody looks good. Because you're right, if motherfucker look good, especially if you don't have, if you don't experience a lot of people who look good, that the probability of them being a suitable partner is not that high. It's just be honest, right? So that I feel like that happens way less. That's more like just curiosity. But going by that woman that you let get away, no, you knew she was solid. You knew she was, and every man knows, because men are very logical, and we could look back and make an honest assessment and say, nah, I fucked that up.
Yeah.
So I can say
makes more sense. Thank you.
So I'm gonna say that the reason why I said you choose the one that's best for you, because be honest, I've been on both sides. I've been the side where I was chasing somebody that I thought that was for me and they wasn't for me, but I wanted them. But then I've been on the other side where I've kind of played the game and there was some good women, but I just didn't want to be there, or I just, didn't have the time for them, or I just wanted to play the field. So it was some of both on both sides, you know what I'm saying? And I was really thought I was feeling one, but turned out that person, had an ugly attitude, or, it was really deeper issue that I really didn't get to uncover yet, or I just flat out ignored because I was in that chase mode, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, it's both. I can't say that one got away, because a lot of people are good for you. It's just a matter of who you choose to spend the rest of your life with. So that's how I feel about you. You choose the person who is best for you.
That was going to be my next question. Are you saying that we can only find one love to marry?
No.
Don't we miss it often? Don't sometimes we just miss it? Why would that be considered selling?
Well, the reason that it would be selling is probably because not enough time has passed for that new person to overlap the feelings that you have for that old one.
Okay.
Again, you know what I'm saying? You might have been with that old one for 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, and now we dating, you know what I'm saying? 6 to 12 months.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it's a stick situation, but again, I think that there are, a lot of men at the same time who have the nuts to go back and get the woman that they want to be with. Me being one of them, I almost lost her. I did. I tell the story all the time. But I decided that ain't gonna be me. I'm about to go. I don't care what relationship you got going. I don't care about none of that. Wrap that up, and we're gonna get on what the hell we doing. And here we are. Right.
That's how you did that.
You had to literally leave.
I'll be damn. But a lot of dudes don't do that. They'll just sit back like, look, man, I gotta chalk that. I lost it. Yeah, nah, no ma'am. But we gonna keep this thing moving, man, real quick. Hold on. What Queen say? I think his name was Kenny.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kenny in the chat, man. Causing trouble as always. Eugene, what up, G? Everybody wants what they fantasize about. In reality, to Kayla's point, we can only get what we can get. The only thing everybody can do is to be the best version of themselves.
Yes.
It's very true. And, a lot of times that, you may have to create something new with that new person. And it's going to happen over time. Let's just say that you're trying to get over somebody you had, but you're gonna have to create something totally new. But if people was forced to be honest, they would say that they spend a lot of the early part of that new relationship trying to,
Yeah. But you know what, Trill, like a lot of people choose to remain haunted by that memory, what should have been, what could have been. And that's where you run into trouble.
How I look at that is you chasing a dream and it becomes a nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just a little confused because we've been on this panel before arguing and everybody was saying, no, men don't settle, but now you're saying that they're settle.
Well, the thing is, like, if
it's confusing.
No,
well, this is why
everybody settles. I said everybody settles.
I think everybody settles as well.
Okay.
Everybody settles. But that's why I think it's such an oxymoron.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody settles.
I respect that.
It depends on the
people that don't usually get together very young, like they recognize young and they're like, hey, let me do something about this. Like,
why are we calling it selling though? Is it because we're imagining that the other thing was better or is better? I mean, why are we saying it's selling?
Well,
it work or it just may not be.
Here's the thing, though, security boss. Like, let's say if a guy's selling for a chick who's just pretty visually, but she's stupid, or the fact that they don't have no chemistry together, that's settling right there. But if he's a dude who sit there and really put himself into her, like it's no pressure there. It's like this is me. It's
But
big difference.
that's what men do. Are you saying that men do just what you said when they're looking for their wife?
Some guys do.
I think that's cap. I think, look, if settling would imply that what you got is perfection. If you're not settling, that would mean every single need, every single one, financially, emotionally, physically, sexually, everything's right. They put the forks in exactly how you like it. They kick their shoes off at the door. Everybody settles for something. I call it a compromise. We all compromise in relationships.
I don't think everybody settles. I think people get smacked with the reality.
Well, it goes
it's like walking into a car dealership, and when they run your credit, you were looking at the new lot, and they walk your ass to the used lot, and you're like, whoa. And it's like, this is what you qualify for, right? So I don't think it's settling. I think people get hit with reality.
What's your social credit score?
But you could also look at it.
Car.
You could also look at it from a different perspective. Instead of looking at it like I settled, you can look at it like when you're shopping and you've gotten all you need, and you say, you know what, it's time to settle up.
But
like,
I mean,
settle up my check. Check me out. It's time for me to check out. It's not that. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you're gonna get what you can get in there, and then you just go settle up. Like let them like check out. It's time for you to check out. That's all that it means.
But that's what I say about the thing about settle. It's like it's from where it's coming from, because it seems a little from an arrogant side. Because I agree with what Ricky was saying. It's like when you see something that person, you don't expect that person to be perfect, but there's some things that you could be worked on. Like, you know what, this is this person, and they have these other boxes checked, so I can build on that. But when you settle, that person maybe has 1 or 2 boxes checked, and they have a whole heap of X's everywhere. That's why I see you settle.
I think it comes from women. Like, I think women come up with that. They don't get chose, so they feel like a man is settled because she didn't get chose.
Because she on the shot clock. That's her. I
think women have come up with that. Women. That's a woman's talking track. He's settled. Look at her. Look at me.
Well, if you think about it,
hold on, men do that too.
Men definitely do that. They're like, you left me with all this money and all my muscles, Mr. Skinny that works at NASA. Like, really?
I want to say this though, and somebody in the chat said it. If we being honest, it's called settling down.
Settling down.
Right. Check me out. It's time. I'm ready to check out.
There's always going to be somebody better.
Like,
I think that's the thing. It's like there's always going to be somebody better. So we're always going to settle because there's always going to be somebody there's how many people in this world? We're not going to meet the best person that's for us. We're going to meet the person that we feel is the most compatible for us at that time in our life when we're ready to settle down. I think people get married because they meet the right person at the right time. Sometimes it's not the right person. You can meet the right person at the wrong time. But that's why people feel like they lost the one that they really wanted, because they think back and say, dang, this was the person I really wanted to marry, but I met her at the wrong time, met him at the wrong time. So now I'm ready to settle down. I'm meeting this girl. She's, second place, but it's the right time for me to settle down. So that's who I choose. But women can't grasp that. We don't never want to think that we were ever a man's second choice.
Because
so
I just feel like that's
don't ever tell a woman you wasn't the one I really wanted to marry, but you was the perfect woman at the perfect time.
You wasn't his first choice either. You were dating.
It don't matter. Women don't want to hear that.
I hope your wife or husbands are not hearing this.
But I was always told that a guy, I don't know if this is true, that guys will get their shit together for the they really want.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
or they'll let her get away, and then they'll have regrets, and then they will settle. But a lot of guys,
in his life.
That's a fact.
No,
if it's not the right time, they'll be like, "Listen, I'm not letting her get away."
No, because some men will think that she will stick around. Like Trill said, he almost lost her. There's a lot of men that say, "I lost a good woman because I couldn't get it together."
And I thought she would stay around.
Let me make sure that does not ever happen again. So if I meet another woman that's as close as good as this woman, I'm a lock her down.
But Trill did that because she left. She didn't stick around. She wouldn't play in that shit.
Yeah, but some women leave and don't turn back because of how much damage that has been done.
But Trill got himself together, so he changed.
Exactly, that's the difference.
But some women will not give you that chance to
understood. Now, I'm not even knocking you. You facts on that, B. Taylor. But the question was that men change for the one they want. They do.
After the woman leaves.
No,
and Ricky was saying, it's like both. Because this is the thing when I said let's settle down. Like when the guy's out there, he's playing the field. Like, look, okay, what I'm doing is not getting me the results I want. That one right there, fuck all this shit. I'm getting that one. You see what Trill did with his. So that's the part of settling down. You gotta sit there like I gotta compromise with myself. Like I gotta be real with this. I can't let this one go.
Yeah, there's only so much bullshit you can do as well. Like I guaranteed if he did some egregious shit, she wouldn't have came back. So like, you can't just be doing just like everything and think that she gonna come back. Like there's levels
some
to
women
this
don't
shit.
meet a man that a next man that's like, oh well, he's ready now. Like, and she didn't moved on. That has happened many times.
But also just because you think that person is better, like what even makes that person better? Like what makes you think that person is a better option, even though you have somebody in front of you? I would like to know that.
Idea. They like the idea rather than the individual.
Maybe they're more compatible.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they're lined up with their values more.
But if y'all were compatible, why aren't y'all together?
Exactly.
Because you're full of shit right now. And you want to be in the streets. When we together, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
But you want to be in the streets. So I can't think about how great it is when we are together, even though we both never felt like this about nobody else. I can't overlook that and bring my standards down because I like you. You need to stop fucking up.
But again, it goes back. It goes back to if I really wanted you and wanted to be there, I would change and be there and do what I need to do.
A man has to want to change for himself.
That's facts, B. Taylor. Listen to what I'm saying, sis. Listen to what I'm saying. And I don't care what women say, right? The reason why he don't change because you wasn't good enough for him to change at that moment.
Facts.
Those are the facts. Y'all don't want
you can be great. But you can be great. It ain't about you.
I believe that.
It ain't about you. It ain't about you.
Let me finish my thought. This is why women trip out when you did all the work and then the next he move on and y'all break up and the next girl he married in 6 months. Right? It's because no matter what y'all, I built him. No, you ain't. You just wasn't good enough for him to change.
Do you think it's always that risky, or it could be like I said, you were willing to stay around through his bullshit, so he felt like he didn't need to actually make those changes. If you fucking bounced, then he would be like, okay, I better actually do that.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you.
That's why I would label that whole thing.
I don't think we can only blame one person if you're not ready to work, because you're saying some men will work for what they want, but if he's not ready, it doesn't mean the person, because later on he will regret. That's what you were saying earlier. He was not doing what he was supposed to do to be with that woman, and he almost lost her. And then he had to work on that. If that was the case, he will be the wrong person. He will be the one not working, not doing what he was supposed to do. You cannot blame the woman for that.
I'm not blaming her for it. I'm just saying it is what it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's a dirty game.
I'll tell you what though. Also what we got to factor in is too, going back to what O said, like how can you look at the woman in front of you and feel like, you know, the other woman was better? It's one word, nostalgia. I think as time passes, you begin to glorify shit that wasn't really as good as you trick yourself into believing it was, right? But it's just natural instinct because of how the relationship ended, especially as a man. You may feel responsible for that, and you thinking, nah, man, this shit was perfect. I just messed it up. When in reality, a lot of times it wasn't perfect. But you're gonna spend the early part of your next relationship comparing her to the other girl. I mean, it's just natural. Women do that too, whether they want to admit it or not. You know what I'm saying? If they run into a new dude, like you constantly comparing them to the old dude, every little aspect of what it is. So anything that, and not only that, but you doing it in a, deductive way. Yeah. Every wrong thing he does, I mean, my old one wouldn't have did that. Or, especially as a man too. Like, you don't want to cook, man. My old girl, man, she never tripped on cooking. She just got right in there. Now, sometimes a man will let it slip, and that'll cause a whole argument. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
you would never get not one lick of food again.
Because Britannia was in here, I didn't have to worry about that. But but honestly though, I think which is why what y'all saying in terms of the mature aspect of what y'all talking about, like maybe that person wasn't the best for you, and I think over time you learn that because reality sets in. But early, you're gonna be hooked on nostalgia. It's the same reason people keep going back to toxic relationships that they know that they should have been left. It's nostalgia. Those good times felt incredible, and the longer you're away from somebody, that's all you remember.
Yep, that's true.
And I've been saying that for the longest time, Trill. It's like when people love to fall in love with
times back. You think you could get those times back?
For the longest time, people like to fall in love with the idea around the reality, and that's where we get in trouble.
Yeah,
all the time.
All right, man. Miss Lucky, welcome to the stage, man. I'm interested in your take on this. Do you feel like men settle when it comes to picking their wives? Or do you feel like men truly marry the woman that that's number one on my list, that's who I desire to be with? Or do you feel like men kind of just settle for what's available at the time?
I don't know. Shit. Well, let's take a shot at it, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna say that there is just to provoke a thought, there is something called a starter wife. So I think that if they married their options, what they desired in the first place, they wouldn't be divorcing for what they desire the second go round. It's just like a starter house. You can't afford the house that you really want or whatever. So let me just start to get my feet wet. And then once this person builds me up or whatever to a certain level and they reach the midlife crisis age or whatever the case, then they start to look for what's more suitable for where their life is now. It's kind of like someone said when they were covering the Derek Jackson situation as an example, they said that men should probably marry the woman that meets their end goal, which means that if this is not the woman you can see yourself being when you reach certain successes, you probably shouldn't choose that woman in the beginning. But the problem is most of the time they pick the women that's going to go through the ugly stage and just kind of endure all the stuff, because if that was really his options, we wouldn't be having conversations about women being okay with men committing infidelity, because they're sleeping with women that are more so their options. So no, I think that men probably settle because they want a certain type of woman to be wifey material, which is not always the case, or the woman that they wanted to be their wife early enough is not ready. So she's probably not ready to be your wife, the woman that you want, until you reach those certain levels. So no, I think they settle. They probably settle more than women.
Yeah. But a man will sleep with a prostitute.
So would a woman.
So would a woman.
Look at their face.
The woman is the prostitute. So she's sleeping with anybody to get there. You got women ranking up bodies just to get to a certain level of financial freedom. So.
Welcome back, Lucky.
All right, man. Welcome to the panel. Real quick, man, we're gonna pay some bills and then we're gonna get to this next question, man. Salute to V in the building with the 20 bars. We appreciate you. So we have all been that one to someone's one. And as adults, we must take our L's and live with our life decisions and move forward. It isn't emotionally or mentally healthy for anyone to just linger. That's a whole limerence relationship. Yeah, and that's way easier said than done for sure. But you're 1,000% right. Money 1322 to 2 piece. Women settle because who she wants didn't propose. Oh, propose.
They said that wrong. Propose.
Y'all know what my dog was trying to say. How do we know? Real rap, man. I appreciate you, G. All right. We're gonna get to the next one, man. If y'all hadn't tapped that like button yet, make sure y'all tap that like button. It's like 500 people in here and 250 likes or something like that. That is egregious. Come on, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button if y'all enjoying the combo. But next question. Would y'all say that a man values a woman that's safe? And if so, what does that look like?
Safe. I don't know. What's that?
Safe or boring?
Lean into that because I
can speak to this.
Your interpretation.
Here we go.
No, because I have a very recent example. Can you just ask the question one more time so I can contextualize?
I said, do you feel like men tend to value a woman more who's safe?
Okay. So let's just use my time on Ready to Love as a perfect example, right? So I had 2 connections. I had 2 people that I was choosing between, right? And one of the guys had one of the girls that was on his ass since day one, before she even knew him, right? Day one, she was like, you my person, right? So through that, he didn't really have to put as much effort. Like he knew that was more of a safer, that was a sure thing versus if he put himself out there for me, I was the one that was deciding between him and somebody else. So the safer choice would be her because she was all in, less effort, more for sureness, more. She was down for, it was just like, it didn't even matter what he did. He didn't even do shit. And she was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of men, I do believe, do go with the safer choice because it's just more of a guarantee versus going with someone else that may have a lot of options or someone else that is making choices. And then you have to wait to see if they choose you. A lot of men's egos don't want to go through that. And I've seen this happen a few times and then it happened again on this show. So, I think that a lot of men do choose what's safer. And if I'm in their shoes, that's smart. So, because in the end, you're gonna end up with somebody for sure, because you've chosen the person that you know that's a guarantee, so yeah.
I agree with Kayla, but my safer is a woman that is not influenced or doesn't have a lot of influences. A woman that doesn't need to be on social media, doesn't have a lot of girlfriends, a woman that doesn't care too much about what is going on in this world. She's more so into doing what she needs to do for herself, becoming a woman or a wife or whatever she wants to do. That's a safer place for a man to be because he would have more he would be the one influencing her more than girlfriends or social media and things like that. So a man would want a woman that's safer, and that's what I consider safer.
I think that if we're going with a man is choosing safer, then every woman that's in a relationship would have to assume you're not his first choice. If that's your argument. So the man you with, you weren't his first choice. So you're the safe choice. Is that what we're saying? Is that how you're assessing? No, is that how you're assessing yourselves?
It sounds like that to me.
That could be the case.
If I say it, is, again, it goes back to the best option. If you want to speak to statistics, do I want a woman who's going to be out of line, who's going to talk back to me, who could possibly cheat on me, who always going out, hanging out in the club, in the streets?
The
extreme. Do I want to go that route? No, that ain't extreme because
it
that's
is.
the day. No, stop it. Time out. Time out.
No.
We're not doing that.
That
We're
will
not
show
doing that.
interest, just like
No. Time out. I just gave 6-7 examples. So would a man want to choose a woman that route, which sounds like trouble, or do I want a woman who's going to be more compatible with me, who's going to listen, who's going to have conversations with me, who's going to be honest, who's not out every weekend, every other weekend, who's not worried about the outside stuff, like just like Queen Boss said, like the Security Boss said, like who do I want to go with? Same thing with women. If y'all flip it, do y'all want a man who always out in the club, always in women's faces? And no, you're gonna choose the man who's treating you right, taking you out on dates, like being a gentleman. So we doing the same thing.
Okay, I would have to say no, because I remember when I was dating, it was a guy that wanted to pursue me, and when I looked at his social media, he was always in a club. He always posting girls shaking their ass, and I'm like, bro, like you not ready for what I'm ready for. You're always in the club.
That's my
point. I told him, I said, it seems like you're not ready to date. It seems like you're always in the club. So no, thank you. And I went with somebody that was on the same vibe as me. Not to say that he was boring or safe. Right. It was just we were looking for the same things.
I'm sorry. Were you just taking a pause? Okay. I'm gonna say I think that they like safe because safe is predictable. You know what safe is gonna do. You know safe is gonna be at home. You know safe is gonna always choose to be. That's why I said boring. They're not gonna be spontaneous first. Not saying that boring is a bad thing. I could have sworn we talked about that, and boring is a good thing.
Boring is good.
Yeah. So I'm saying boring in the fact of somebody in the chat just said it. Derek Jackson's wife would be considered safe. But safe got her sitting at home once the man elevated because he didn't choose a woman that he preferred. He settled for wherever he was. Safe also gets the short end of the stick, where if she's looking outside the window watching people have fun with her partner, and sometimes it could be on the flip side the same way. When you have a partner who is not safe, because we're talking about balance. I've never seen, y'all can help me, I've never seen two boring people together. One person is pretty much more the life than the other person, to balance each other out. So usually, even if you go to somebody's house for a barbecue or holidays and the husband is more of the friendly one and stuff like that, it may make the other person that's safer feel uncomfortable or whatever the case may be. I like that OT said compatibility. So if a safer, boring person fits your lifestyle, then yeah, I think that's who you should choose, and that would be the best option. But most of the time, people have certain careers where they don't just want a girl or a person just sitting by the corner. They want you to be lively. They want you to be bubbly. Sometimes that can be not considered boring, or that can be a different type of safe as well. I think that sometimes we think just because they can go have a drink with their friends, they're not considered safe. That's just my thought.
I'm trying to figure out how having drinks with your friends or doing anything outside of your house. Because if you're single and childless, you're mad because I'm at Topgolf this weekend, and then next weekend I'm going to Sugar Rooftop, and then the weekend after that I'm going to brunch on the water. Why are you mad I'm doing shit? Can I not do activities? What's going on?
It just depends on the activity.
Like how you dress. Like a safe girl is gonna dress
cute.
But she has the same thing that you have, Lucky. She's just not showing it. But when I can go really deep on this. I'm trying to let me jump in real quick.
No. But that's another thing, Queen
Girl, the safe church girl be the ones the most unsafe.
They be the freakiest. They be the freakiest and the nastiest. That's the truth.
Okay, let me say this about Derek Jackson. He didn't pick a safe girl. He groomed a safe girl. He groomed her. Okay, He groomed her. If you go back to see what she looked like prior to what she looks like now, he groomed her as a cover for him. Right? He groomed her. He put her in that church. So he pulled her identity away from her and made her into what he needed her to be while he lived a completely different life. He didn't choose her. He groomed her. Yeah. Right. So there's levels to this depending on the man that we're talking about. I think he's a bad example, though.
That good one.
So this man told me a long time ago, he said, pick a husband. He never said pick safe. He said pick a husband. And I had to figure out what that meant. Is that safe? For me, that's a protector, a provider, a man that's going to give me a good life. My husband's not always out, but if I want to go out, I can go anywhere I want to go. So if we're talking about social activities, how my husband dresses, I don't know. I'm trying to understand what y'all are talking about beyond clothing and aesthetics when we're talking about husband and wives, because right now this is a very shallow conversation for me. So I'm trying to get y'all to go a little bit deeper so that I can come up with a better response.
Well, I can say something about safe.
Man can't even go to Topgolf. Man, I'm at Topgolf.
No, I can say something. I can say
just
something.
want to say the synonymous word with safe is cautious to risk, just so we're not, misunderstanding.
The thing with safe is it's not boring. The thing is, like, she's not governed by her insecurities. She's not allowing social media and other outside resources to compromise a relationship, being a representative of you. So she's out there turning up, like, to the point where you start seeing some questionable pictures or actions. Now you're looking goofy. Thing is, like, about safe, is she cooperative? Things, are we compatible? Things like, if I can protect her or do what I'm supposed to do as a man, and she can acquiesce to that, make it an actual relationship rather than a tug of war type of situation. I see that as safe. It's not boring or dull, but can we build on these things? Can we, like, and no one's saying like she shouldn't have fun or something like that and be herself, but can she carry herself in a respectable manner, not just in your presence, but outside of it? That's what I see as safe.
So it's that part. It's not the actual going out, doing activities on the weekends, being with your friends. No. It's about how you carry yourself when you're doing things. So we have to clarify that, because y'all just do the whole thing that, like, she's not the safe choice because I saw her on Instagram out having drinks. Like, it's not about those things. It's about how you carry yourself in different environments.
But O said that
present yourself, not
specifically though
where you're at.
What O said was that specifically, not to say she had to be in the house and tucked in Tupperware. She can be her person. She just knows how to carry herself in your presence and outside of it. And there's too many out there that once they get outside, they are buck wild, and then now they try to explain what the hell happened.
And the frequency don't even matter. It's just, again, how you carry yourself. You can go out one time a month, but if that one time a month you posting, shaking your ass and your dress rolling up, and you posting that shit to social media, no, I don't want to deal with that. Plain and simple. You can do what you want. I'm just suggesting, if you want to be in my life, these are my parameters, these are my rules. And a lot of times men don't want you to step outside those parameters, just like if it was vice versa. And a lot of times women will want to push the limit and they get mad, you know what I'm saying? When it's like, just these right here, just stay within it. You can go up and down as far as you want, but just don't go way out here. And it's like, that's when it becomes an issue. But it's like, okay, well, we need to be together.
I don't know, man. I got to call cap on y'all, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I've been sitting here listening. I've been sitting here listening, and frequency in terms of going out does matter. We ain't gonna sit up here and act like it do, because
that for sure.
As a man, I don't want my woman that available,
right,
to other men. So you going out 4, 5, 6 times a week, that is gonna be a problem. I don't give a fuck how you're carrying yourself. Any of that. Why are you making yourself so available?
That part,
and don't get me wrong, going out, brunch, dinner with the girls here, there, 1 time a week, 2 times a week, cool. But 3, 4, 5 times, every time I look at the gram, you somewhere different. No, hold on, fam. Hold on. We got no. We're gonna have to slow that down. And the reason is because you are a woman.
Yeah.
Which means that you are helpless. Which means that you being out and you making yourself that available, and y'all drinking, just like we saying, brunch, because we already know what y'all do. Y'all go to brunch, y'all get the mimosas, get the hookahs, things of that nature. Y'all in there
we want to get together and talk shit. Just let us have our time.
And I understand, right? But at the end of the day, you are still a woman, which means that, like, you being out there makes me vulnerable because you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
What? But you're picking us up.
To be able, from
the brunch, you're picking us up. You're picking us up after brunch, and you're gonna drop everybody home, and we gonna sing in the back. You thought I was fooling you?
That's not what he's doing.
Nah, man, we ain't doing that. But
you can't pick us up from brunch. That's too
No. And again, I'm not saying that the specific outing is the issue. I'm saying the frequency is the issue. You should not be making yourself that available to other men if you are mine, right? Or at least that's how most men think. If they're gonna, again, if they're forced to take truth serum,
Yes.
I don't want my girl going out 4, 5, 6 times a week. I don't give a fuck. Where's that?
Yeah.
That's just honest.
I
So
have a question.
I gotta call that.
Because we're making ourselves available to other men.
Yeah.
That's
Correct.
why.
Well, there are men outside when you go outside.
No.
So apparently when you go outside, you're making yourself available to
It's
other
like
men.
being a CEO of a corporation when you become a wife. There's a level of behavior, a certain aesthetic. There's a certain poise and posture that he's saying that he wants you to have. If you're just a city girl, go for it. But he's saying his
Right.
wife. He's talking about wives.
He wants you to be a lady.
I have a question, but I'm gonna use OT
Just
as
gonna
an
be a lady
example.
and have girls.
I think how you
right?
carry yourself is what makes you a lady.
Yeah.
If your
He's
career,
just gonna
if
do
you
it
have
for
a
her.
career where you're in media and you go out to a lot of events, I don't think that you're less of a lady because every weekend you're at some networking event or you're out every weekend because that's a part of your career.
He
I
just
don't
told
that's
you what he
fine.
wanted in a
But-
wife.
But if
And
you can be at a
No,
a professional event and be known as the drunk at the event.
Right.
I don't
Okay,
want
that's
that.
why I said it's about how you carry
Yeah.
yourself.
Yes.
It's about how you
absolutely.
carry yourself.
Absolutely.
No, it's the thought process to even want to be doing that. If you got a man and he's good to you, why do you want to be out every week with the ladies at the premiere, at the brunch, at the lunch, at the dinner? Why is your mindset set on being single instead of being a wife if this man wants to do that?
If that's your career, what does that have to do with your relationship? Like if you're an author or a writer, you write plays or whatever, how is that, are you less of a wife because you go to premieres and you go to networking events for your job to help you grow for your
I don't think they're
career?
talking. They're talking about.
Let me tell you why. Because
Most wives have their husband right there with them at those premieres.
You said it. That's right. They have their husbands right there with them, and they're premiering with them because they're becoming one. No longer the girlfriends, no longer all the single women. It's just becoming a lady, becoming a wife, being modest, just that type of stuff. Your mindset changes. That's what they're saying. Your mindset is changing when you find that right guy. That's all.
And they don't take
And
the
I
kids
don't
to the
wanna-
game. But I have a question though.
Oh, go ahead.
So OT, let's say OT wanted this woman, desired this woman 10 years ago, and he felt like he got married, and he feels like, okay, I really wanted that woman, but I'm just married with this one. And then you see the woman that you want is acting this way online. Do you really feel that you settle, or you actually made the right decision?
Why are you watching her online?
You shouldn't even be following her.
No, I'm
Right.
saying because before
Yeah,
you're
block that
saying
hoe.
that a man doesn't settle, but right now you don't know how the person you want it right now because you feel like that's what you want right now, but you don't know how that person is going to behave in the future. So when you look back and you see that this person you really wanted to marry with that person, but then you know how she's behaving, he or she's behaving, you say you kind of don't regret not doing or giving the step with that person.
If
So
that
it's
makes
not
you
settling.
feel better. If that makes you feel better, but
You're
that
putting
you shouldn't
everything
judge-
in a box though, because
Yeah.
you go through ups and everything is not the same. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, married people, but everything is not the same all the time. Like how the relationship is when you're newlyweds is one way. How it is when y'all have kids when they're young, it's a different way. How when they get older, it's a different way. Like there's going to be influxes of how behavior happens, how much availability you have for certain things. Like nothing is going to be consistent if you be with somebody forever.
Right, but it's like a ebb and a flow. You're not just gonna catch a wave out the blue and be like, I'm out, I'm going to brunch, like with no conversation, no pre-warning, right? There's an ebb and a flow, a complement to each other. It's not just I'm doing what the hell I want. Because if a man starts to do it, you're gonna have a problem with it. Trust me. If your man, single or married, starts moving about the cabin 4 to 5 times a night a week and leaving you at home, you're gonna have a problem with it. So just
Well,
Let's talk about that.
Not if it's for business, because if Kayla is saying if it's business, premiere, and all of this, then it should translate if it's him. So it sounds like with Trill and what they were saying, first of all, I don't know nobody who go out 4 or 5 times a week with jobs.
People that work in the entertainment industry do.
But
Like
I'm
my
just
ex
saying, I don't
owns
think
two
a man
clubs
who
and a
would marry a
restaurant.
woman
So
with a certain
But that's not
career
regular
not
people, though.
understand
Regular
the fact
people.
that her going out is just not her going out to mingle. She's actually going out for a purpose. So I think the difference is the girls that's just going out without a purpose just because they like the attention.
Correct.
Because attention sometimes is currency.
Yeah.
And they feel like, I want to see if I still got it. My husband ain't even said I look good, but when I went out, I get about 5-10 different people say I look good. I know women who don't even like the numbers. They just like the additional attention because they used to being in the house with their husband all day. So I think it's more of the attention seeking type of
But
thing.
men do the same. Men also do that too. Like, I mean, if you're not getting something inside of your relationship, first of all, your wife shouldn't be going outside the marriage to look for validation to feel like she's that girl. You should be making her feel like that girl. Just like men step out, they want you to be all on them and have sex with them and do all these things. They want to feel desire too. If you're not making your man feel desire, he's gonna go out and get another woman. And the first woman that give him attention, he gonna give her attention back too.
But isn't that like Aisha Curry when she said her husband was telling her she was beautiful, but some women just have the desire to get the attention from other people. Sometimes
what she said was,
it's just like if your mama was the only person that told you was beautiful your whole life. I want to know I'm beautiful to more people than just my mama.
The more strangers that do it, the better.
I think with Aisha Curry, her husband was getting so much attention from so many women, and nobody was giving her any attention. We can't say that. He could say, yeah, babe, you tripping, you look fine. Like, that's him saying in his mind that you look beautiful. He's just like, nah, you tripping, you look good. And then keep it moving. He's away at practice. He's always gone and traveling. Like, he's not around. Then she got to deal with other women wanting her man, and ain't nobody looking at her. She probably don't have.
But isn't that the problem? Why do you want other men other than the one you want?
Because her man was not doing. I promise you, he was not probably giving her the attention that she really wanted.
So then you want the attention from the man you're with, not other men.
He was,
yeah, but it probably wasn't sincere. Once you're married or with someone from a while for a certain amount of time, it's kind of your job to hype them. So it's not. I mean, there are situations where it's just not always sincere.
So Joe husband said you look good.
Kayla,
I was fine and I don't feel fine. So let me go.
No, that's true.
That is not true.
What do you mean? That happens all the time where husbands will be like, yeah, babe, you look good. Yeah, you look nice. Yeah, you look cute. But it wasn't the same way he used to say it when y'all first was dating. When he was like, yeah, baby, you look dumb as fuck. That's how he used to say it. And now he's like, yeah, babe, you look good.
I'm sorry, Trill, go ahead. You look like
no. I was just
he don't say it like he used to say it when y'all first got together.
Right.
When he used to be like, damn, baby, you look sexy as fuck. Now he like, yeah, baby, you look good.
Or he
And
doesn't
he's
even
on to
say
doing something else.
That should be good enough. If you look good most of the time, that should be
good enough. True. You were right. Never enough.
Right. Which again, I say all the time. But look here. I think with the man, like, we could break it down from even less of a validation perspective. I think it's underestimated how much men value that reassurance as well. Right. So we're gonna interpret you being gone as you not being as interested in us. Now, it could be for jobs, it could be for whatever. I got a homegirl I was talking to the other day, travels a lot. You know what I'm saying? She works in, whatever field. I ain't gonna announce her field, but she travels a lot, you know what I'm saying? And she's gone 2 weeks at a time, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. And I told her straight up, I said, you're never gonna be able to keep a man that way. Unless he's in the same field working right next to you. No man is gonna accept that. Now you can be carrying yourself as amazingly as a church nun, but the fact is you are gone a lot. And just what I said earlier, that means that you're making yourself available to other men. That's not a malicious thing. It's not an intentional thing. Like, I'm trying to go be around these niggas that ain't what that it is. But as a man, we're gonna process it as you're gone a lot, and there are a lot of other men who giving you the reassurance. Let's just be frank, that I don't have the time to give you. Even in that Aisha Curry situation, Steph gone 9 months a year. I don't have time to give you the reassurance that you need. But she chose that lifestyle. So you can't sign up for a dude that going to the NBA and then say, oh, you don't spend enough time with me. You don't give me enough reassurance. No, you knew what that was when you signed up for it. But I say that to say, just speaking from a male perspective, we are very, very selfish when it comes to our woman's time. That's just honest. Like, and he could be going out 4 or 5 times a week, but let her step up to that level. It's going to be a problem. Because it's like, hold on, wait a minute. I need you available for me. Whenever I want to see you or whenever I want to spend time, you should be available to me. That's how men process it. Is it fair? Depends on who you ask. But what I'm saying is that's how men think it. The more time that you spend away from us, the more of an issue it's going to become because we're not getting the reassurance from you that you value me and you value this relationship enough to cut all of that shit out and spend more time with me, even if it's your career.
Yeah,
that's the honest truth. Like I said, if you give men some truth serum, and don't get me wrong, a lot of men who meet y'all and go on these dates, and you say, hey, but yeah, you know, my career, you know, I'm a journalist, so I travel a lot, or I'm in, you know, media, I travel a lot, I'm gonna be doing this. Early in, like on those first couple of days, oh, okay, cool, yeah, nah, it ain't no problem, it's good, because that's ego talking, right? But once you become my woman, and now I actually got to live through it, and I may have had plans for us this weekend. And you talking about, well, nah, baby, I ain't gonna be able to go. I gotta go to Miami. I ain't gonna be able to go. I gotta go here. I gotta go there to do this story, do this report. Like after so many of those, he gonna be like, you know what?
I disagree because I work.
Wait. You cannot disagree because you are not a man.
No. But I work in news, and these women get married all the time.
Just because they are married does not mean that man is not harboring resentment. That's my point that I'm trying to get to you. Like, because when he married her, more times than not, he married her with the hope that she would slow down on that a bit and be more of a wife. Let's just be honest here. But and again, how delusional that is another conversation. But no man is happy with his woman being gone in a very frequent fashion. I don't give a damn who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go too. Wendy Osefa's husband, she be going and speaking at all these different universities, and he be right there.
See, a lot of times
driving,
he
be right there.
We live in dysfunction and we try to make it right, and we just go along to get along. But when we need all this validation and all these things we get from our girlfriends or guy friends, we really need to get it from our marriage. We need to get it from our spouses. That would make a marriage last for a long period of time if we could just go get it from the man or woman that we married, instead of always looking on the outside for whatever it is we need. That's what needs to happen. We need to get it from our spouses.
Yeah. You think about it too, like everything I've seen from a personal experience from the military, that's a whole nother conversation. So again, you have to adjust to the situation that you have. Again, like it's like what you were saying is like when you married that guy, what you signed up for, you can't renege on the end. You can't. I think that shit's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's the wild part, but like I'm literally speaking from experience when I'm telling y'all this. I don't come across as an insecure man, do I?
No.
Right, but at the end of the day, when my wife is gone too much, it begins to bother me. I find myself being a bit more snappy.
Yeah.
I find myself being a bit more like, you know, sarcastic, a bit more short. And it's like, you know, at the end of the day, me and her had to like sit down and have this conversation. Moment of transparency, had to sit down and have this conversation like, hey, you being gone, and mind you, she's out working out or she's out, you know, at school staying late to do this. So it's not a bunch of just social outings. It's work related or it's, you know, fitness related, which is productive, right? But my woman being gone a lot, it makes me feel a way. That's just honest. I can't really control it. I can't really pinpoint what it is. I can't really put logic behind it. I'm just telling you how it makes me feel when I want to spend time and she's not available. Now, I'm a very busy guy. I mean, as y'all could imagine, right? In terms of editing and marketing and this meeting and that sponsor and this, not to mention the regular job, right? So when I get that time off, I want to spend time with her. But a lot of times, because of the schedule, she may be out working out that time and don't get back till 9 or something where I'm, you know, gotta, you know, so we miss each other sometimes. And like I said,
so
as
do you
a man,
hold the same
you're not
energy?
gonna admit that from ego is not gonna let you just come out and say that right out the gate. Like, hey, baby, I don't like the fact that you're gone a lot. Because as a man, like we thinking about how that's gonna sound. Like it make me sound less masculine, it make me sound whatever. But we'll just express it in unproductive ways, right? Like, as a man, like we competitive, so we'll start trying to go out to the club a lot, or start trying to go hang with the guys a lot, or start trying to like meet the inconsistency that she's at more so than sitting her down and having that conversation. Until like after a while, the way it just becomes like, damn, hold on, let me let me try to go about this in a productive way. But I'm literally just giving you a man's mindset. We don't like our woman to not be available to us a lot. That is going to become a problem. It may not early, but it's definitely going to become a problem.
You're speaking big facts, man, because I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's why that consistency of that communication is key.
Do men hold that same space though for women?
Yes.
Because y'all be busy working all the time, and we don't see y'all until late at night, and y'all in the bed sleep knocked out because y'all are tired.
B. Taylor, that's exactly what I was gonna say when Trill said made the whole excuse for Steph with, oh, he's in the NBA, blah blah blah. I don't want to hear that shit. You don't have time. You got money. Send her flowers on Tuesday, baby. I was thinking about you. Send her something on Thursday, baby. I thought you would look good in this. I saw this on the road. You still got to make effort. I don't give a fuck that you're busy. You still should be making Aisha feel and give her all the same attention that you want her to give her, and that you want her to give you, and that you were giving at the beginning of the relationship. You can't just say because I work that it's okay for me not to be around, and you just got to deal with it. But I want you around all the time, and that's you not being a wife if you're not around me all the time. Like, come on.
Like, men, that's why
she is married to Steph Curry. This ain't just no worker.
And it's a lot of men that's saying like,
and he got plenty of money. He can send every day. He can send something every day to show her love and affection and attention. Kayla, if he can't be around, he got plenty of money.
Kayla, what you're saying is 1,000% facts. However, let's not forget that we just in general, we like that intimate time together. I could send you flowers every goddamn week, but if you don't see me physically, if you're not touching on me, if we're not having sex, stuff like that, that's gonna take a toll on you eventually. So I agree with you saying, but it's definitely,
and me too, OT. That's gonna take a toll on me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, how do you then? Why don't you just get with a man that does not require that much time away from you? Exactly. It's the thing about it is if a woman is married to a man like Steph Curry and she's still expecting a little bit more, she didn't say that. We don't know whether or not he was giving her flowers. He always exalts his wife, the X, Y, and Z. Even if he was giving her flowers, she was going to find a problem with something else because her problem was internal. The fact that you need something outside of the household when you are married to Steph Curry is bizarre to me. Even if I give you, why do you need flowers every day to make you, they're going to die. Okay. Yeah. Unless you put flowers forever. Why do you need that every day to make you feel a certain way? How about you try something else that makes you feel happy? How about you get you a damn hobby and use his money to support your hobby so that way you're busy too. And when y'all together, y'all have something to talk about. You're not just on the sidelines at the games like, dang, I wish.
So it's vice versa. If you have a wife that travels and has to do stuff for work, why don't you find a hobby? Go play chess with your grandpa.
Right. If
go do something while I'm not around. Why don't you go figure out what's going on with you internal that you know the difference in your head every day?
That women, if they had a man that found a hobby, they also want to be included on his said hobby. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you over here doing this? Are you spending my money? It's not going to be the same if you are rich and your husband is there for you, and now he needing your money to find him something to do. Women are going to have a problem with the fact that how he's spending her money is not going to be the same. But because we're not equal, it's going to be uneven. If the man had to find something to do the same way, where women want to be sitting at home, and a man is like, okay, I'll be your support system and sit at home while you go get him, honey. She gonna be after a while like, I'm the only one out here dribbling. Imagine if Lisa Leslie was making money like Steph Curry and she had a husband that was just holding her bags or something. It would be a problem because that's completely out of order. We're supposed to be with a hardworking man. It becomes unnatural if we want all these monetary things to feel comfortable in a marriage when he already in a big ass house. You should feel comfortable. Kick your feet up.
And you think about
I think like it's different because we're comparing like people, women that stay home have all the time in the world. So it's impossible that you are not available when he's home because he's been working. Now it's different because I hear what Kayla is also saying. When she's working, none of them should compromise the intimacy, their time for each other. That's the way I see it. So if she's not working, if she's staying home, she should be available for the time he's coming home.
Both parties want attention. Like everybody wants attention.
If she's working, then he should understand that both of them actually shouldn't compromise the time for both of them.
Yeah.
And you have to think about too, it's like when that guy's in there kicking ass out there, he's got her in mind. He will make time, like, look, check up on her, see what's up, because he missed her too. Being at a certain spot is require you to sacrifice that time. So like, you know what? I need time away to sit there. I'm gonna fight hard to get back home. That's what he's supposed to do. If he's about his shit, you're part of that mission too. So he reassures you, like, look, babe, I need you here. Even if it's courtside seats, timeouts, whatever, he'll sit there and make it happen. But that's, again, I said, that's why you need that part of that safe part. I need a person who listens to comprehend, not listens to respond immediately emotionally. Because the life happens. This is part of a relationship. It's a fight. And both people have to be fighters. If they're going to fight for each other, there's things that have to be adjusted. And that's what adversity is going to show. Either y'all built for that shit or y'all sitting there fucking around and wasting each other's time.
But y'all should be fighting for the right things too, though.
Working.
Right? Y'all should be fighting for the right things. It shouldn't be a struggle between your time, you guys spending time together in your career.
Yeah.
Right? You guys, while you have these outside forces that, again, we all need to eat. Right? But you guys, the two of you, was supposed to be the plan. Y'all supposed to be the root, the baseline, the foundation. Right? So if y'all competing towards time, you already losing.
Yeah.
You trying to skate uphill. Right? You shouldn't have to compete with your mate for time for a job or that. Right?
Yeah.
You should be fighting for the right things.
So the whole time
real quick, man, we're gonna pay some bills, and then we're gonna get to this next question I got for y'all. Hold on, let me make sure I don't miss none. Philosophical in the building. That's family right there with the 10 ball. Give me the chill girl that's out the way, but fly enough to paint the town red when needed.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a fact.
Yes,
that
sir.
That is literally the full-fledged definition of what we need. Miss Security Boss with the 20 ball. We appreciate it. Say loving the crew, no great. Thanks, man. It's the Security Boss. So make sure. Trying to make sure I get everybody, man. Money 1322 with the 5-piece. Yeah, I couldn't change my grammatical error without paying, but y'all know what I meant. Propose. That's my dog, man. I try to tell him, man. They be trying to hold you accountable, man.
He can
B
keep
with the 10
making
ball.
mistakes.
See, B with the 10 ball. Safe is where it's at, man. I mean, everyone wants to drive a Lamborghini and to ride a street bike, but guess what? That Durango is getting you home safe and it drives nicely. That's facts. Hey, real quick, man, everybody in the chat, if y'all have not hit that like button, make sure that y'all tap that like button, man. It's what is it? 600 and something people in here, 400 something likes. Come on, man, we got to change that. Everybody make sure y'all tap that like button, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up on us, man. Crusader Nation in the building. Miss Park, I see you. Tony Denise is in the building. Kenny T still in the building. He ain't came up yet, but you know what I'm saying? We still working on it. But I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Marcus with the 5-ball. Big facts, Ronan. Appreciate you, bro. Talk to him, Trill. Look, man. I'm trying, man. They be a little hard headed, but it's all good. We're gonna get around to him eventually. Uncle Stepdaddy with the 10 ball. When see or hear women in spaces comparing being cooperative to being a prisoner, lets me know that society is so far gone. Oh. Uncle Stepdaddy again, get them likes up, man. Y'all heard the man. Make sure that y'all tap that like button if y'all ain't tapped it already, man. It's a hell of a conversation and it's about to get even better, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. Jamal with the 5-ball. Been here when y'all had under 17,000 subs and the OT viral clip. The growth is inspirational. I should have seen when that clip went viral. Nah, I appreciate you, bro. Look, man, it done been a hell of a journey, man. A lot of work to get here, man. I wouldn't even tell you no different, but it's it's fulfilling. Appreciate you, bro. Marcus with the 5-ball. Talk to him, Lucky. Welcome back. Bro, back again with the 10-piece. Talk to him, Lucky. Welcome. You want to make sure you get that message across, man. Appreciate you, gang.
We wanted to make sure his shit went through.
Right.
Sheba, he paid more than $2. You know, Sheba hates those $2.
That's true. That's true, man. Mr. Renegade with the 5-ball. One question. Why the DF y'all keep interrupting Sayeda? She was asking OT a question and y'all pounced all over it. Damn. See, man, y'all be too overzealous, man. Y'all gotta let people finish their statements.
Yeah.
Look, man, we're gonna work on that. Miss Parker with the 2-ball. Why make him compete with your interests? That is a valid question. It's a very, very, very valid question. V with the 2-piece. Every Rocky needs their Adrian. It's true.
Yep.
True. Grounding. That's what we need. I speak about it all the time. Mike Check Productions with the 10-ball. Stop worrying about who is the first choice. Be proud of the best choice. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. And like I said, Tom is going to teach you that lesson, if nothing else. Uncle Stepdaddy with the 2-ball. The ladies looking fine as frog hair tonight.
Yes, sir.
Salute to the panel, man. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. Ronan with the 10-piece. Say supporting the movement. Appreciate you, bro. All right. Okay. I got everybody. All right. Next question, man. We got to define what is first off, we're gonna define a baddie, and then we're gonna define a quote unquote plain girl. I just want to hear just one characteristic. We ain't gotta go into a whole soliloquy, right? But when you are thinking of a baddie in today's standards, we're gonna speak generally, not because you may not believe in the whole baddie culture or whatever, but what is your perception if you had to give a characteristic of what a baddie is? What's considered a baddie in this area?
Big booty.
Nah, it's some ugly girls with some big butts now.
Hey.
I would say a baddie is like the Instagram girl aesthetics, the nails, the lashes, the hair always on point, outfit, Fashion Nova on point, everything snatched, little Telfar bag or whatever, that's the, Instagram, the lip gloss popping, that's the Instagram. Baby hair laid, little swoops, long ponytails touching their ass crack. Like, that's the baddie look.
Hey, why I was picturing it as she was saying it? That's real. That's how they be on the ground, man.
I'm gonna say a baddie today is the same thing it's always been. It just look different. Stop playing, y'all. A baddie is a woman who's confident and sure of herself, and she doesn't need no one else to tell her that. That's what it is. Now, whatever that looked like today is on y'all, but that's what it is.
She's one word. One word.
One word.
He said one word. I thought.
Yeah, man. They always break the rules, man. Always, but it's all good. It's all good. But if you can think of one characteristic that describes a baddie in 2022 standards, what would it be?
Self-centered.
What?
Mic drop.
I was going to say, I don't know if anybody already said it, but I was just going to say like a fit body. Having a fit banging body, you automatically get labeled a baddie if you're body banging.
I'm gonna go with Kayla, and not necessarily fit. Just if you got on the table and let somebody cut it and carve it.
Well, however way you get it fit.
With today, yes.
Well,
I prefer the gym, but however way you get it fit.
I say narcissistic. That would be my word in terms of a baddie. And in today's standards, when I think of baddie, I'm thinking, yep, narcissist. World revolves around everybody is kind of like a utility that I can use when convenient. Yep, narcissist.
When I see a baddie,
An illusion.
Yeah. When I think about a baddie, I'm thinking like when you look at her for a hot second, it seems like time slows the fuck down, but she's inundated with insecurities.
Another trait I would say is a follower.
Yep. Social media slave.
I think like.
So when we talk about baddie, are we talking about a physical appearance? I'm sorry, I thought we were talking about.
It's just that he said like what is considered now, like right now, what people consider a baddie. Gotcha. So I would say like, what people look on the internet definitely plays a part, but do really people know what that means to them? Is they just like attention, and they want the person that has most attention too. So it's both sides, I would say. But I agree with Kayla. Someone that looks fit, it doesn't matter how they got it as long as they look good.
I think of Bow Wow's baby mama.
Oh God.
Girl, she's so fine.
As a baddie. When I
Oh,
think about,
Joy.
yeah.
Some of these baddies are doing bad.
Which one? You talking about Joy, right?
Joy.
The one that dances, yes.
Oh, I know her. Finally, I know someone.
Yeah.
And Sheba, since you brought it up, Sheba, do you think men would care if she had 2 kids by 2 different men?
Most won't.
Oh, okay, I just want
She's dating an NFL player right now who doesn't give a shit.
Is her body natural though? Because her workouts are.
I don't think it matters.
I don't
Her
know.
body's
I
natural.
just know the workouts are good.
Her body's natural. She moved to LA to dance, like as a professional dancer. Like our bodies, you know, people be like, but like dancing all your life, it just makes your body look a certain way. So I believe it's real.
Start dancing, shit.
It's hard. Go get in some training classes, girl. You're gonna be beat.
Sadly, a lot of baddies are manufactured. Sadly.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Okay, I think everybody went. So we're gonna go to the next definition.
Liability.
Yes.
Oh, you said liability?
Amen.
Hey,
Amen.
that's a fact.
Oh,
All right, so
Britta is a baddie for sure.
I say so. We done got a good roundabout idea of what is considered a baddie. Now I want to get y'all's opinion on what a plain, regular woman is. What is a plain woman? What is a regular, degular?
Well, damn, we don't even want to answer now to her.
With one word. With one
Let me
word.
take my hat off on this one.
Natural. Natural. People think that natural beauty is boring.
Round the way.
Functional.
Not if you pretty.
I need a girl from around the way.
I would say low maintenance.
Can you repeat the question?
Question is, how would you describe a plain woman or a regular, degular woman?
Can I use a celebrity as an example?
Sure.
Nia Long.
That's not no regular woman.
Hold on, let's Google search this.
What do you mean by regular?
Nah, bro, I think she mean like as far as like how she move, low key. She not chasing attention.
Always been the same.
She don't need a bunch of makeup.
Remember Vivica Fox, how she used to look, then she came out of nowhere and she had all this going on.
No.
That's not so regular would be like a woman pretty. You could be gorgeous and regular. You just not trying to do the most.
I don't think that's
what be out front. I like how Trill, you know, I'm not gonna say, but he's a fan of LeBron James' wife. He mentioned her a lot. I would say she's regular.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the question though? A regular woman looks like Trill, or did you say a plain woman?
Plain.
Same thing, plain, regular. What is it? Because we just described a baddie, right?
Okay.
Now I want to get
I'll try.
I don't think Nia Long is plain at all.
No, plain.
Yeah, she's not.
No.
I'm looking at this. This don't look
And
plain to me.
LeBron James' wife is not plain either. They're a very beautiful woman. They just don't have.
You could be beautiful and plain.
No.
When I think of plain,
is you
I'm
don't
gonna
need
say
the extra.
unaltered.
You don't need the extra shit.
Unaltered.
That's what I was
It's
thinking.
just that what
Non-manufactured, non-genetically modified is a plain woman. You get.
We talk about plain Jane, like she's probably like a little bit lower than average looking. Like
That's homely.
what
That's
I
not
get.
plain.
with
You
plain
never
is.
seen a
That's not
fine, plain woman?
So
That's
I
not
think
plain.
it's like Trill. The question is the same as the previous one. That what is considered plain nowadays?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that changes. Okay, so Derek Jackson wife.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, like
What?
yeah.
Well,
I
lucky.
said Derek Jackson, the Naya.
Well, lucky.
No,
Jackson?
I gotta ask Lucky
that's
this.
real plain.
You saying with or without the bonnet?
or Halle Berry. Halle Berry is a fine plain now.
I'm gonna say Tabitha Brown.
I can say Tabitha Brown. Yes, she's plain.
Yeah.
She's very natural. She's very simple in the way she presents her aesthetics.
Like the homegirl.
She gives homegirl vibes. She does.
Yeah,
She
the plain
doesn't-
girl's like the homegirl. Like guys can hang around with her without being too tempted. Like they're just like
Alicia Keys is plain.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
she
that.
is.
Like
You
so,
could
but
be,
Especially when she stopped that no makeup and she started the no makeup trend. She got real plain. And she dresses very plain too. She's just very like chill. She just be
I
chilling.
think I'm plain. So I think most people are plain.
Lucky.
I think you can say you're. I don't think you can say plain.
I wouldn't say that, Lucky.
I wouldn't say plain.
I think the plain girl, if you look in entertainment, like if you look in media, they actually usually choose the plain girl for like the main character for a lot of things in Caucasian films. It just, what it means is that like, you're just not, you don't have a unique beauty. You're not extraordinarily beautiful. You don't come off as very gorgeous, effervescence, just in your natural beauty.
Eye.
So like the people they choose for main roles for like
a Reese Witherspoon,
whether it was Twilight, whether it's any major box office, the girl is never like gorgeous. You know what I mean? She's always just like.
But Viola Davis would be considered plain, and she's that's
different.
I think Viola Davis is plain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let y'all disrespect Viola Davis like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let that.
Yeah, we gotta hold her up.
This is what we
She's a beautiful
women
woman.
think
I just
that a
don't
woman
think she
is
has like
plain.
extraordinary.
What we women think that another woman is plain, men don't think the same. That's the.
Well, they're the ones that have sex with them, so it's really their opinions that matter more.
They should be defining what a plain and a baddie is.
For me, the plain is you don't need the eyelash, you don't need the makeup, all the extra shit. You don't need all the extra. You fine when you wake up. You fine when you go to sleep.
Wow, opinion matter more. Why y'all keep?
Okay, OT, we get that, but obviously you mean on a more regular basis.
I look at plain like
if you're going anywhere and you're doing anything, you expect your woman to put on. You know she's gonna do something if y'all going somewhere. So.
I look at it like she's like putting in no effort.
I look at plain as a
minimal effort.
No, I'm talking about no effort.
Like you're talking about consistently, right? Like every day she doesn't have to do the most every day. But
I think he means like foundational.
But you know she's a woman, so obviously when y'all go somewhere, y'all go into a dinner, y'all go into an event, you know she's gonna glam up. But like on an everyday basis, she just does the basics. She does some eyeliner and lipstick, and that's all. You know, she just does the basics.
Still fine. Yeah.
No, that's a baddie. That's a baddie. A baddie is like Lauren London. Lauren London is the baddie.
Lauren London is the perfect thing between a baddie and plain. She's like the perfect, like, because I think she's a baddie, but I think she's plain too. I don't know.
Yes, girl,
you don't
no,
need
she
that much.
still shit on a.
She's very natural looking.
A plain girl is shit on any genetically modified woman
with no makeup on,
right?
She'll shit on a.
Kiki Palmer is plain. Angela Bassett is plain. They don't need too much to own the room.
I don't know about Angela, but Kiki definitely plain.
Bad is
Who came?
I said I don't know about Angela. I think Angela's a baddie, but I definitely think Kiki is plain.
Lauren London is. Are y'all like?
Our
no, Lauren London's a baddie.
Definitions are different.
She plain too. I don't know.
What y'all consider plain,
She's
what
so
men consider
natural.
plain are different.
The same way y'all consider what a baddie is different from us. We give y'all the qualities of a baddie. They're internals, and y'all talk about how they look on the outside.
Right.
Wait, I'm saying no.
I asked that question. I asked if we were talking about aesthetics or if we were talking about.
I'm about to blow a gasket with this.
No. But
your answer is not wrong. I'm not saying nobody answers it wrong. I'm just saying the way we answer and we look at each other is different. That's all I'm saying.
What the?
That's why I asked it like that. I asked it to see what y'all gonna prioritize, that's why I say you define it how you want to define it.
Can I define? Because I'm about to blow a gasket right now. I just heard these ladies say Megan Good, what's her name? Lauren London, and Holly Berry are y'all psycho? Like
no, they aren't.
Listen.
Because they're not wearing makeup. Wait, hold on. These women don't have to wear makeup.
That's the point.
That's why they're plain.
No,
that
doesn't mean plain. That means they're baddies naturally. They don't need none of that shit.
Exactly. The one is just like plain white bread.
Don't run circles around all these girls that's wearing makeup.
Bread is bread. It's gonna be nice as it's white bread. But when you put extra stuff on it,
they shitting on the girls with makeup, running circles around these girls with makeup on.
No.
You can't tell me them
That's
girls are not a baddie. That's plain.
They're better than
baddie. Don't have to
Let
do
me tell
I
you.
have a question.
Hold on.
Plain means unaltered.
Let me tell you.
Plain doesn't mean your level is lower than the baddie.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can still be plain and be fine in the baddie.
Let me tell you the difference, right? So listen to what I'm saying. Right? When dudes describe a baddie, right? They'll be like, man, her ass, ooh, man, she thick, bro. You know what I'm saying? She had her hair tight. When you see an all natural chick, you be like, man, that girl don't need nothing, man. She's straight. Bro, she out the box fly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she plain, but she's still cute, right? Baddies require, hold on, B. Taylor. Baddies require work.
Yes. Yes.
Right? A baddie requires work. A natural playing that she playing, she out the box fresh, right? Out the box. She don't need no makeup, no fake lashes, no penciled on eyebrows, none of that stuff. She playing Jane, but she's still bad. You see what I'm saying? She's still fine.
I'm glad you said that, Ricky, because my definition is surprisingly sexy. Like
no,
when she
I disagree. You can be a baddie naturally, and some girls gotta put in effort.
I have a question because before you said that baddie was someone with the eyelashes, with everything.
I said my
now,
definition
it's
these
two
days
different
is a baddie. Definitely, he asks what this generation considers a baddie. I'm saying these women will run circles around those Instagram girls with made up or not made up because they're naturally a fucking baddie.
Right.
They don't need all of that. They're naturally,
plain.
they naturally have beautiful lips. They naturally have long lashes. They don't need none of that shit. They don't need no hair down their back because their hair is already long and full. They're natural baddies. You can say
Plain,
a natural baddie.
But plain doesn't mean
but
ugly.
not
Though.
plain.
Plain doesn't mean ugly.
All right,
I didn't say ugly. Plain just mean a plain, simple, everyday girl.
Go ahead, Trio. Go ahead,
Trio.
Hold on. Security boss, what's your idea of a plain woman? I heard everybody else's definition. I ain't heard yours yet. What's your idea of?
I think a plain woman is someone that you don't have to add a lot to.
Mm-hmm.
It's someone that's probably naturally beautiful or naturally cute or what have you. It has nothing. It doesn't. I think what we're doing is going to the attractiveness of someone and calling that baddie or what have you, but that's actually plain. They can be plain. You can be plain and be beautiful. You don't have to be a baddie and be beautiful per se. I think what we're doing is when we consider someone baddie, it's all with additives. If they didn't have those and they were in their natural state, would they be just as cute? No. So I think that's what the men are trying to tell us. But I just think plain is just a natural woman with not too many or none of additives.
Baddies need enhancements. Natural chicks, they're genuine. Not just how they look, but how they carry themselves.
Exactly.
They're more rooted, they're grounded, they have a personality.
Like, baddies are enhanced.
And so do a lot of ugly girls. Like pick a space that we want to stay in.
Stay where they at.
Like, pick a space you want to stay in. What we talking about? Because a lot of ugly girls have great personality, have all that shit. That's why we were talking about aesthetics and what people consider based on those aesthetics.
But it goes
plain. I think we're looking at plain as being unattractive.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's not.
And I agree that it's not.
I just think you're not the most eye-catching person because you're.
But going to what security boss said, it's like she hasn't tried. She hasn't tried it. She's natural self. Now, when she applies herself, that's why I said surprisingly sexy. That's
but
what
I mean, I guess if we level set it and everybody pulled off what they had on, I think we would all be plain.
And some of these baddies are musty, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Speak for yourself.
All right, man.
Speak for yourself.
The question I would have is, Trill said plain was low maintenance. And I don't know. Trill, can you explain that a little bit?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, meaning like say for instance, right? Like most of these baddies on Instagram, right? They be talking about, oh, I need a Birkin. I need $500 spent on the first date. I need hair, nails, feet, makeup, lashes, all that done every week. If you ain't got no bag, stay away from me, that type of thing. A plain girl, she ain't really tripping on that type of stuff. Like, again, it doesn't mean that she's not gorgeous. It's just that when I say low maintenance, it's mean like I don't have to back up the Brinks truck to your door for us to work in a relationship. That's what I
think. They plain girls do maintain a lot though. They keep their skin beautiful, their teeth white, their eyebrows arched. They maintain.
And they move different. They just move different. You don't have to push them into something. Like with the baddies, you're not getting too much out of them other than a trophy. But like a natural, you get more out of her than you expected.
And also, I think one of the most key. Fuck it, we just gonna dive out there.
Let's go.
Is the thirst for attention. It's different.
Mhm.
With a baddie, like she thrives on that. Like that attention is like gasoline. Like she could be in a relationship and she still got to get that trap off.
Yeah.
Because she just went and got the surgery, or she just went and did like it's always a like yearning for like attention is currency with her. But with a plain girl, she might not even be on Instagram.
Yeah.
She just going about her regular life. You gotta catch her at the grocery store or something, looking bad than a motherfucker with some degular, you know, Drake said it best, sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup, that whatever. You catch her in the grocery store and you like, damn, she is gorgeous. And she ain't even trying. So I can only imagine what, you know what I'm saying, which is how men think. Like when we see a chick like that and she gorgeous, we like that. I can only imagine when she put that fit on and it's time for us to go somewhere, you know what I mean? To where like how she gonna dress it up, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say like low maintenance. Like she ain't really tripping. I don't care about likes. I don't care about comments. I'm not counting my shit. I'm not okay if this picture don't get 2,000 likes. I gotta pull it down. Like it's none of that. She gonna just do what she want to do, move how she want to move because that's what she wants to do. It's not predicated on what external thought is. So
some women don't. I don't know. Some women look at it like, oh my God, why when I step in Walmart or Target looking crazy, that's when somebody want to be in my face. Like that makes us like, no, don't talk to me. I look crazy. We be trying to hide.
See again,
don't get me started. Like
men, bro, like men minds work differently, bro. Like y'all be thinking that y'all got to be y'all best self. Think about it, man. Is when we see you, we automatically picturing you at your best self.
Right.
So that's just what it is. Like we already fast forward into that. Especially if we see you somewhere regular degular, like a gas station or something. You think because you got your hair tied and shit that we not visualizing what she gonna look like when she put that dress on and put that makeup on and get that hair done and shit like that. Like we gonna, oh yeah, she gonna be crazy. Let me go ahead and bag this. But in y'all here, y'all thinking, damn, I'm
really to the shit.
that's the difference between how minds work.
That's the beauty of foresight. That when men see that chick, you say she looking extra regular, but he see that bitch right there. Oh yeah, that's that motherfucker right there. I need that. Let me get that.
That's what he say.
All right, man. We done laid some foundation, so we're gonna go on and play this clip, man. We define what a baddie is. We just define what a plain girl is. We're gonna play this clip. B. Taylor, stop laughing because I do that.
Is this clip comedic or something?
Very.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna play it, and then I want to get y'all's immediate response to what she had to say.
I just want to say this because this really been on my mind lately. I have nothing against the plain Jane females. You know, and what I mean by that, like the females who doesn't go out, the female who doesn't like get their makeup done, the female who doesn't really get their hair done often. The plain Jane females, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have nothing against y'all, but why is it so hard for us pretty girls to come across a decent guy? It just seemed like all the good guys always like cuff the plain Jane females. And I feel like, you know, us pretty girls, and I'm not calling the plain Jane females ugly. I'm just saying like the pretty girls that's extra, you know, we love to dress up, we love fashion, we love keeping our nails and our hair done. And we just like to look good, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, it's hard being a pretty girl because I feel like it's a curse. Because I feel like we go through so much, and I feel like we always gotta prove ourselves to a nigga for a nigga to realize we are the one, like we a good girl. But I just feel like you know being pretty is just a fucking curse. And you know I done dealt with guys or whatever, and I done have a conversation with guys, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm scared of you." Like, what? What you mean you scared of me? Like, I don't be getting that. Like, what you mean? Why are you scared of me? I'm not gonna harm you, little old me. Like, I'm not gonna harm you. I'm not gonna hurt you. So why would you feel like you scared of me? I don't know. Is it because they know we got options and they feel like we can find somebody that's better than them or something like that? Because I don't know. I just need answers from the guys. I need anybody to comment or inbox me and let me know, why do guys always say that to pretty girls? They always say, "Oh, I'm scared of you. I'm scared of love. I'm scared to date you." Why is that? I just need answers. And it's because y'all go and cuff the plain Jane females. Y'all go marry them. Y'all go do anything to please them. Y'all treat them like the queen that they are. And like I said, I don't have nothing against the plain Jane females. I'm speaking for the females that keep their hair, their nails done, just keep themselves up every day, all day. So I need answers. Somebody please, yeah.
Can I give her the answer? Have you ever received this big present? This big present, they put other box, another box, and then you're expecting to get something big, and then like so much wrap and nothing. There's nothing there.
Oh
So
my God.
I'm scared because I don't know what's under all that wrap.
I really hate this video for a number of reasons, including her nose rings. This angle just it's not it. It's not it. This angle's not it. So let's start with that. And then second of all, I don't know what scale she's using for pretty girls wherever she lives.
Lean into it.
However, I don't subscribe to that same scale, so I can't relate to like what she's saying. And then lastly, everything she said about being pretty more so leaned towards high maintenance than actually pretty, because I know a lot of pretty girls and they just do the basics. Like, we buy strip lashes from the store. We don't get our lashes done. We don't do like Botox, like regular. Okay. Like I said, a lot of the things that she was saying more so had to do with like maintenance and style and dressing. And I just don't think that is synonymous with being actually physically beautiful, because there's plenty of girls that aren't physically beautiful that do all those things. They get the nails done, they get the hair done, they have the most bomb outfits. I be seeing them like, yes, coat, right? But they're not baddies.
Can I jump in? Right. Oh my God. Oh wow, I thought I knew what I was gonna say. Oh, it's so much to say. I don't even know where to go. It's like, first of all, if you know that you're pretty girls don't get on camera and go, us pretty girls.
Oh my God.
Us pretty girls. Like, I would never get on camera and be like, girls less pretty like me. Like, that's insecurity, and that's like her trying to prove to the world. I think if she says it out loud, it's gonna happen, and people are gonna believe it. And it's like, just because you said it out loud didn't make that true. And maybe in her neighborhood, maybe she is, the best of the best in that neighborhood. But the nails and the lashes didn't look fresh. It was a lot going on with her. For her to get on camera and go, us pretty girls. It's like, no, I don't know who us is, because I'm not part of that. I'm not part of that right there.
Yeah, I was about to say, whatever scale she's using.
Whatever scale she's using. And this is the sad part where we talk about like delusion. It's like, girl, if you said that in your mirror, that's fine. Like, go in your mirror and tell yourself that every day until you feel better. But don't try to convince us, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm not going to ever sit here and say, oh, I'm a baddie, I'm this, I'm cute, I'm that. To me, I'm cute. Like, right. But I'm not going to try to convince other people that I'm cute. Some people may not think that I'm cute, and that's fine. But for her to sit there and be like, nah, I'm cute because men say this to me. No, boo-boo. What you're doing is you're mad because the dude that you like chose somebody that you felt like wasn't good as you. So that's what that really is. And she's mad and got on camera and made herself look stupid, because this is just embarrassing. I got secondhand embarrassment for her that she got on there and did that.
She spoke most material things, like, oh, that like to get dressed. And it's just like, girl, like, that's not what makes you
beautiful.
Yeah, like,
but her confidence is like up there.
It's not. It's an illusion. It's a real.
Gotta give it to the confidence.
don't knock other people down and say the thing. She couldn't even look in the camera every time she said pretty girls. She's us pretty girls and da-da-da-da, pretty girls like me and da-da-da. Like she couldn't even look in the camera. So
all right, man. Just real quick before we go any further, I had to let y'all get that off because I knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? But real quick, before we dive a bit deeper into it, man, make sure that y'all tap that like button. If y'all ain't tapped that like button, man, this is incredible content that y'all getting tonight, man. Salute to these amazing panelists. But I want to speak to what she said. She said some things in terms of, she felt like, men kind of settle and marry the plain girls more so over the baddies like her. You understand me? So I want y'all to speak to, like, is that factual? And why would y'all feel like a man would marry a plain Jane woman?
It's not true, because if that was the case, she'd be married already.
true.
Oh my.
Plain Jane with lashes and nails.
Yeah, I just want to say that I like that you had us answer what we think a baddie today is, because with all those added, and B. Taylor said the baby hair, she had them on. And then with the other stuff, she now feels like, see, I blame y'all. Because we talked about the fact that because you sleep with these women, they gain this false sense of confidence. So now we have an era of women that feel like I could fuck with natural plain Lauren London if I just get X, Y, and Z. And now we're operating in the same lane because beauty is subjective. We're all a 10. We're all of this. But then you create this delusion because they're not getting the same attention long term like the other girls. So now they are confused because the same men that are saying they want marriage are sleeping with me. They're doing the same things. And some men, let's not act like ain't nobody took her out on a nice date. They probably have all of that misled her mind to think that I have a shot, but they're not being honest with her like we are right now. And most women, they're going to look past it. If she go out, and I do the same thing with women that I've been out with or something like that, they get dressed. I'm not about to tell her she look crazy. I'm going to just be like, look, this is what we're wearing. Because then if I tell you look crazy, it's going to be a back and forth.
Nah, Lucky, I'm going to have to disagree.
Okay, you could attack me after. I wear what I want to wear because it makes me feel comfortable. Who are you to judge what I wear? This make me, so you can't really tell women either. Like nobody can tell them. So we have these videos of women with false confidence thinking that they can speak from a plain, beautiful girl's position because nobody has told this girl the truth. She is operating with the only your mother can love type of look, like we just talked about.
You got to tell her, Lucky.
She's getting the validation. I'm not saying I'm right. Hey, shit.
No.
I'm just saying.
You gotta be like, where you think you're going?
No girls that's gonna not tell me my eyebrows not looking right. We go out and you got
it depends on your personality. Not every woman can be approached. The fact that she got on here on TikTok that's gonna go viral quick to say this with no shame just shows that she talks like this normally. It ain't just in the mirror. She believes this with all, like Kayla was saying, with all these added effects, or no, I think that was SB. Everybody said it, but all these added things to her. But if she took that off, the confidence is really in what she's putting on. If she took all that off, she would not be sitting from a seat that says, us pretty girls have this. She would realize how much average or get to the back of the line. We not letting nobody in yet. She would know how serious that is unless she got a fat ass.
She has a girl group of about 4 that she hangs out with, and they all have been cursed.
They all look alike. They twerk at stoplights.
And what's worse is they wear similar outfits when they go out.
Hold on.
Calm down, Ronan.
Let me jump on this trampoline real quick.
Let me say this though, because we're off just a little bit, because she said that we go to the club and we see the men come in and they pass us by and they go to the plain women.
Right. So let's I'm gonna attack Lucky's point 50%, right? You right. You revalidate, but y'all reinforce.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
Hold on. Not you, right? Because there's never anybody on this panel, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I could take it. It's me too.
No. Right, but it's just what you said. Y'all had them girlfriends y'all know wasn't supposed to have that on. No wasn't supposed to be looking like that. And y'all, girl, you beautiful, girl. You killing it. You
no. Okay.
You slaying them.
No, they just didn't say anything. That's what
we just say "hey" when they at the club. Hey, girl.
Right. Silence is compliance, right?
Nah, we don't do it like that, Lucky. We do it like, hey.
Lucky, this is how I know you're not in the sister code, because we don't do that. We ain't gonna be having our girls go out looking crazy. We gonna be like, nah, that's not it.
Ma'am, you're not walking to me with me looking like that. Where are you going?
Oh no. You looking crazy? You cannot.
Yeah, girl.
If men are sleeping, they are going to say, screw what she talking about. She hating on me just because men looking at me and not her. That's the response.
No, if that's your home girl, and that's then y'all hanging around girls that y'all not friends with, because I'm gonna tell my friend what's the problem?
Like, skirt, what is this?
Yeah.
That's what you're about to wear? No, you're not.
Y'all just said Viola Davis is beautiful. That's a lie.
Her husband
I'm not gonna shit on her like that.
Plain. I didn't say she wasn't beautiful. I said she was plain.
Listen, we need to be honest. The sisterhood does not tell the truth. It's whatever you want to do.
No, the sisterhood, y'all just not invited to it, so y'all don't know. Y'all just looking from the outside in.
To be dead wrong. Y'all might call it in the background, but on the forefront, y'all going for it.
No, I tell my friends the truth. I don't know what other women do in their groups.
I don't have that many friends because people can't handle the truth.
I think that's okay. My friends usually fit. We all kind of be in sync. So yeah, you do go out. Your friend might have a homegirl. You gonna tell your friend we're all wearing heels. This is what we're all friends check in with each other. What you wearing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But to come up, there have been situations where you may end up with a female at your table. She's frumpy. You like put her on the end.
That's funny.
At the table, because it's not, let's stop acting like when we see a woman out, we can just hold her accountable. No,
that's a stranger. You can't do that, especially if she's not your friend directly. You know you can't do that. You can't just say stuff like that. But
a stranger,
who you are with has a sentiment to who you are. So if somebody catches me hanging out with somebody that's looking,
how about Kayla? How about I'm not going?
I don't know. I can't do that.
Girls don't hang out with ugly girls. That's what y'all saying?
No,
no. Like, first of all, I don't shit on. Hold on. Let me answer that. First of all, I don't shit on women like that because it takes one car accident to change anybody's aesthetic. So I don't shit on ugly, pretty. It is what it is, right? She is what she is as a woman. If she ugly, if she pretty, that's my friend. I'm riding for her. However, if she come looking toe up from the flow up, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say, where do you think you're going? You're not going with me like that.
I was told in college.
But hold on, do you tell your homeboy? Bro, your belly hanging.
Hell yeah.
Like, damn.
That shirt's too small.
Yeah.
No. We don't even say it that nicely. We say, get your fat ass in the gym. You are embarrassing us.
Why you got
really like that? That's how blunt men are. We ain't gonna put it in a nice way. Get your fat ass in the gym, bro. Yeah. What are you doing?
You build badass into the gym.
Right. He gonna get joked on. It's like, okay, all right, I gotta go fix this.
Well, I was told when I was young, when I was in college, to not hang around girls who were not that attractive because they were gonna end up hating on. I was told that from a family member because they were like, I don't want you to get in a situation where you think somebody is your friend and they hating on you. Because I have had friends that they were beautiful, but they didn't think they were beautiful. And they did some backstabbing shit to sabotage me on purpose, sabotage my reputation, lied to men about me just behind my back. And I didn't find that out until she accidentally butt dialed me. Like, I'm thinking this is a friend, but she didn't feel like, and she would say that to me, like, I feel like you're the prettier version of me. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? No, you're like, no, I'm not. Like, you're gorgeous. And she was, but she didn't feel that way. So then I understood why they say don't hang around certain people who have the worst, I would not say attractive, but don't have the best self-esteem, because there are women who are envious of you and will sabotage you.
I'm going to add a suggestion because some of you ladies need to stop letting your union members get in with a curve. You need to stop.
You're
Some of y'all have mud ducks around you, and you sitting there gassing her up for failure. She needs to be watching purses.
Not my friend group.
Again, I'm just saying in general. Some of y'all need to let your girl, you watching purses, and you're going to get the guy who's going to sit there and do interference so we can have this night together. Let them know up front so they know what it is. Stop telling her she's sexy and she's not.
My only question is this. Hold on. My only question is this, and ladies, I need real honesty when y'all answer this. Right? Because we know, right, that it's certain friends that you just do not bring everywhere. But let's just say that one of the homies, you know, she got a little, you know, invite to a party that's containing some dudes with some money, whatever the case may be. Dude told her, hey, you know, bring
Yes,
bring
I
something.
know.
Bring
I
some.
know.
Are y'all saying, or are y'all gonna honestly sit here and tell me that it ain't certain friends that ain't gonna even receive that text or call?
Right.
Back in the day, you absolutely right. When I used to run them streets, and I ran the streets with a pretty robust crowd, like, you know what I'm saying, Trill? And yeah, you got to go through the lineup and be like, hey, you want to come here? You want to come here? So back in my day, I don't know how it works with you young ladies, but yeah.
Queen, it works the very same way now. I've actually been in a whole situation where we were in DC at the park, if anybody knows DC, and we were going to leave. The guys we were with, we were going to leave to go to, I think, Griffin. And one of the guys was like, she can come with us. And it wasn't my friend. I was just in town visiting. It wasn't my friend's friend. And she put her right in an Uber because he literally was like, she can't come or y'all all can't come.
Yes.
Sisterhood.
This was last year.
Well, there was a guy that tried to do that to me. I have a friend. She's bigger. She's a big girl, but she's beautiful, and I love her personality. And she's the life of the party. So the guy said, "Is she coming?" And I'm like, I look at him like, "What do you mean?" "Yes, she's coming." So I was like, "No, she can't come with us." And I was like, "Okay, then we're not going."
Wow.
She's my friend.
I'm trying to figure out how y'all pick friends.
Hold on.
Yeah, based on the look. Like my friends look different. We all
agree.
look different. We all look differently. So it's not a competition.
But I'm just saying, you have some people that will have your back at the worst times, and they may not look. And I just want to say, the girl in the video, she was not a pretty girl, but she was not busted.
Yeah, she wasn't ugly.
Like, go out and put on a dress. I'm not gonna be like, girl, take them lashes off. No, certain people have certain confidence. If it's working for her, most women that look like her, I know from where I'm from, they're married before the quote unquote plain pretty girl.
Yeah.
Sometimes
she wasn't claiming herself as that. She was claiming herself as the baddie.
Mm-hmm.
That's but who gave her that sense of confidence
She
to
did.
feel like it can't be because we just talked about a minute ago. Even you could be with one person that tells you that all day, you still gonna need outside validation. Everything she just had on just screamed, I need outside validation, including the video she made.
The man that's trying to sleep with her.
Huh?
The man that's trying to sleep with her.
Yes.
Exactly. Because
is it me or are they both breaking up? Am I tripping?
You tripping.
Okay.
I can hear him.
Okay.
But real quick, I'm not gonna let y'all put that all on the men because it's her friends that's more of the contributors than us. But continue.
But Trey, what I'm saying, okay, I get the scenarios where it's like, hey, bring your cute home girl. You know which ones to pick through, right? But what I'm saying is, y'all missing a step. I'm not saying everybody's wrong. You're missing a step that as long as certain women have confidence that they can still quote unquote get niggas, it do not matter if you tell them pull your dress down. You had a whole Maury episode where people brought their mama out looking crazy and you can't tell them nothing because as long as I'm getting men that's looking at it, you don't know what you're saying because I probably got more options than you. I've experienced it. So at the end of the day, it's both people not being honest. But do you think a female friend can compete with dick? No, she will end her friendship as long as this dude say, hey, pull up tonight. She gonna leave you sitting outside the club calling somebody else to come pick you up because she left.
I don't know what's happening. Yeah. My friends don't do that. We don't do that.
I wouldn't say that y'all have a real friendship. Y'all are more of like just
Look
hang
at
out.
girl
with.
trips.
There's levels to
Girls be
these friendships,
flying
you
out
know.
and getting left in hotels and different things while they go fuck around
Yes.
with dudes with all of that on.
Oh hell no.
I'm not saying your friendships are like this, but outside world, most people,
You gotta
there
pick
is
that
an
a friend.
epidemic.
But check
That's
this
not a
out
real
too.
friend, though. That's not a
Check
real
this out
friend.
too. What if your whole group? I think that's a problem too. What if your whole group thinks like she does and they dress a certain way? Like nobody's gonna tell you that you're wrong if your whole group is running that way.
Hell no. It depends on your crew. It depends on, can I say this? It depends on your crew. Like my crew has always been sorority girls, college girls. Like I remember, I swear to God, I'll show y'all the picture the next time we do next week's show. Baby, I thought I was bad to the bone in college. I walked in with a black dress and some heels and I had on some Diana Ross silver. What is it? Eyeshadow. And I'll never forget. You remember E. Calloway that's been on my show, the one that's the entertainment? She was like, where you think you're going? You're not going with us. And that was the first time I had a female check me. And I thought I was looking good. And they were like, you need to take that off. You need to wipe that off your face. And I was in my 20s. That was the first time that a woman, a friend was like, and that humbled me really quick. Humbled me real quick. I still got that photo. I'm gonna bring it next week. I'm gonna show y'all.
No, my friends tell me like, girl, your eyebrows, they not eyebrowing. Like, take them shits off. Like, they look like
eyebrows, not eyebrows.
on my eyebrows, and they was thick. And she was like, girl, fix your eyebrows. Actually, let me sit down and
I was about to say, P. Taylor, real friends. You know how many friends, like my really good friend, you know how many times I've done this girl's makeup because these eyebrows. No. Throw them out.
I told my one friend, I told her,
and she's like, yes, sis, give me right.
She's like, look at my makeup. And I said, yeah, everything looks good except them eyebrows. Like, they thick. I will tell them, I don't play. I would let my friend know.
So my question is, if you're fixing her makeup, is it according to what the sister code finds attractive or what men find attractive? That could be the problem.
We all know them eyebrows was not attractive.
You're not makeup.
Well, I usually do it
men don't like fake eyebrows. Men
so
don't,
you don't.
But we don't.
Makeup is not about makeup. Makeup is about having skill and talent to understand how to apply said makeup to whatever your actual skin tone is, the structure of your face to make it look a certain way. So that's what it's really about. And because I was a makeup artist, I just know how I just did what she wanted me to do. And
most women are not like, yes, girl, he gonna like your contoured nose, girl.
That was my point, because when, like you just said, Sheba, when you went to college, makeup was a lot different. If you coming from the 90s era, just having even tone skin and some mascara and lip gloss or lipstick when you felt risky was a thing. Now women are making their whole bone structures and everything pop out differently. So I'm saying, if we're talking about today, doing the makeup, if I'm like, okay, B. Taylor, she like, let me fix your eyebrows. She might do, you ever see like the ombre? She might do something that us in the circle might be hitting for the trend until we get in front of men. Even when it comes to wigs or different stuff, I heard so many men in conversations talking about, we cool with the wigs, but not when y'all screen door be showing. And I had to really start looking like, oh, okay, it's the lace. So I'm just saying, like, we can be giving advice to the friends. She could have friends, but like OT said, if they all kind of supporting her or her friend, I'm sure that type of personality is only going to be friends with people that are validating their thoughts already.
So she feel like she bad because some man has hollered at her, has taken her out, has slept with her. So she feel like she a bad chick. Somebody has validated that, and a woman cannot validate that for another woman. Okay. A man, some men have validated that for her to repeat that behavior over and over and then think she bad enough to get on the internet and say, I don't know why they're not choosing me. And why? Because I'm a bad girl. So first of all, my first thought was, who's going to tell her? You know what I'm saying? Because women, who going to tell her? But then I wanted to leave it there because, and then she said, they're scared of me. And then she said, they're scared of me. Yeah, because it takes, you're made up. And they're scared of you because you're assessing yourself at a level higher than what you really are. Men pick their women like they pick their fruit, very carefully, very carefully. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. When you think about fruit, a man don't want no dented up, beat up fruit. no matter how big and juicy and voluptuous it is, he'd rather pick something of a, I'm not going to say of a lower quality, something that's maybe not as developed sexually, physically, and choose something that's good to go, but that's appeasing to him. So when we think about bad, he's not settling. She's not a baddie. She's not a baddie, in my opinion, you know. And also, the beauty industry has elevated women to think more highly of themselves. They think because they buy a $500 wig, get some nails and lashes, that I'm a baddie. According to what? So that's all I got.
I want to say the truth before you pay the bills. Smashing is not validation. You were just right for that situation. You know that guy.
It is to women. They can't tell the difference.
Okay.
It is. It is.
Okay.
That's crazy to me. Like, really? Is that validation for you, for real?
Some chicks get smashed at the last call. If you call that validation, okay.
Closing time. So good to see you.
Okay.
No, to go home right now. They always play that in my favorite bar when they want everybody to get the fuck out.
Yes,
Closing time.
Bro, it's like that's truly the case, which is why, you know, a lot of men know that typically if you can pull the baddest one in the group, you can get all of them.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
It's for that very reason, right? It's because, you know, again, like just because that you're willing to have sex with most women who hasn't matured and who doesn't really know how men think for real, they're going to interpret that as interest. So if the baddest woman in my clique, and all women know, let's just be honest here, who's the most attractive in the crew, we ain't gonna sit here and lie and speak in ideals, right? But a lot of times those women will be comparing themselves to that woman. Now it may not be in a malicious way, but you are comparing yourself to them, especially like, you know, getting approached, different things like this. I was listening to a chick talk the other day, and she was talking about, matter of fact, we reviewed it on the pod. She was talking about, you know, I feel away because I'm never getting chose in my group. Like when we go out as a group, like women never approach me. They approach all the other girls in my group, and, you know, whatever the case. So I say that to say a lot of women take that personally. So as a man, if you can get the baddest one in the group, you can typically get the other ones because they look to her for validation. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, and, you know, it's unfortunate that a lot of men use that against them, and that's why they're able to hit multiple out the crew. You know, and not saying I ever did that, you know, but
damn.
Fucking around. But
they offered themselves as a tribute.
Don't
Someone had to fall on the sword.
But I mean you know, that's just real. So I just say that to say, you know, I just like wish women would be more confident in themselves and how they move and stop comparing themselves to each other and really take the time to learn what it is that, I mean, the difference between a man being sexually interested and being actually interested. And that'll save you a lot of miles and a lot of issues. But let me pay these bills real quick, and I got another question for y'all. Mountain Man Alaskan with the fireball. Lucky, you should receive an honorary merit degree until he finds you. Your mindset is there already.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Mountain Man. Mike Check with the 10 ball. Sayeda, Lucky, and Security Boss are plain James. Natural beauty, little to no makeup needed. Let the men decide, Trill. Okay. Shout out to the ladies on the panel. Not for the BS with the fireball. The look on Security Boss' face when he hears how these new generation women think is priceless. All right, Miss Parker with the 2 ball. The ultimate test: no makeup and naked. That is a fact. That is gonna let you know what it is that you signing up for. And a lot of men got to wake up the next morning and find out the hard way. Prayers to y'all. But yeah, man, it's tough out here. Money 1322 with the fireball. Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Lauren London is playing because I don't even know if I can finish reading this one, gang. Beyonce and playing in the same sentence is
And Beyonce and Kelly Rowland aren't natural.
Yeah, Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Lauren London is playing because they're naturally beautiful. Sweatpants, t-shirts, still bad. Yeah, I ain't gonna go to playing on that, especially Kelly. You know, we ain't gonna let that go. Marcus with the 10 ball. The sister in the video was not lying.
She needs to check her membership though.
Look, y'all gotta relax. Miss Parker, that up membership is crazy. Miss Parker with the 2-ball. Who told her to do this? She ain't got one friend.
Not a one.
What I tell you?
Damn. Fee with the 5-ball. Baddie reminds me of a Jezebel, Athelia, Delilah. A plain woman screams Esther, Ruth, Jael, plain, rooted, and to play the part when it matters.
Amen.
Why the regular got to be Ruth though? That's
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, really quick. B.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about does the messenger affect the message?
You ain't shit.
That nigga a fool for that. Hey, he right though. 67 female with the 2-ball. Huh?
Now when she including herself.
Hey man, which was you know, I issue with it. You know what I mean? Watch it 5-ball. Kayla hates the video because deep down she knows it's truth.
Damn.
Well, I don't know if it's truth, fam. I'm just be honest.
The video is not truth. She literally measuring her self-worth based on aesthetics. So what the heck are you talking about?
Yeah. Marcus with the 10-ball. I love you, Lucky, but really, that boy ain't bullshitting about Lucky, boy. That nigga spin by Lucky. Well, Marcus with the 10
There you go.
You know what? My bad, Lucky. You got me scared for a minute. Now, Lucky got my man nervous. Ooh.
And him shook up.
Mountain with the 5-ball. Gorgeous is less than 1%, and pretty is less than 10. Cute, nice, and straight is so enhanced past gorgeous when they're feminine.
Yeah.
I don't know about one, but you know, Marcus with the 10-ball. Talk to him, brother Ricky. F the sister code.
Yes.
Y'all just mad because y'all not invited.
There is no sister code. The sister code
I find that funny.
They so mad.
I don't know why they're so upset because I'm just so honest. I'm so honest with all of my friends.
I think men want to be a
I
part
call
of
each other out on their bullshit. Y'all are just mad that I operate like a household, that we deal with our issues at the house, not on social media to embarrass my friend.
Y'all have a bro code.
I'm calling Cap exactly,
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
And women are extremely jealous of how men and we move together.
Talk to him.
That's a different conversation.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie, OT. I am. Because there's certain loyalties that I see men have to each other sometimes that women don't have. And that's why I only got like 4 friends.
No, I have it.
I'm loyal as fuck.
He's a gay man, so you know what I mean?
It's
but
hard
I really,
to get
I
next
really
to
literally
me, but
in
I'm
my
loyal.
life, I only have 4 friends for real.
I'm loyal. It's hard to get next to me, but I'm loyal.
Bro,
The sister code
you
doesn't
literally have
because
women
these
saying,
boys are so sad.
Long-lasting friendships for men than women. Like,
Men be mad. The sister code be saving these women from these ain't shit men. That's what they mad about. They be coming here rescuing.
I call big
They
cat.
come here from an ain't shit man.
Hey, don't save y'all from each other though.
Hold on, where my air horn?
I don't know if I agree with that. It might be vice versa on that. Because some of these bitter women be saying things to people,
Big ass cap.
to their friends that they don't need to be saying.
Because I'm going to use your own argument against y'all, right? Y'all just said 10 minutes ago.
What?
That a man has more control over how that woman moves than her friends. So how can you sit there and say that?
I didn't say that.
She does. That's why we keep having this conversation over and over. She goes off about whatever it is with him, and then she goes back, and then she comes back when she's mad, and she tells me the same story again, or a new story of the same situation. It's like I you know how many times my best friend told me that she doesn't fuck with this thing anymore. Like, girl, I'm just here as a soundboard. Really, I've already told you that this shit is stupid, but I know you're always gonna do whatever with this nigga over me. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell you the same shit every time you come here. But you know, you're gonna make your own decision, which is usually gonna be.
I say everything, so I'm different. I'm gonna say it. I'll say it behind the scenes, but I'm gonna say it.
Especially if he's taking care of shit. Like, she's not gonna listen to me before she listens to him. I don't do that.
If the sister code is saving the woman from the no man, what if that man was liking that particular sister to the point he was ready to change his life? So in reality, are the sister codes just keeping all y'all single?
No, let me jump in.
Go into that.
So first of all, we're tribal as African Americans. So what are y'all talking about? We hold on. We are communal. So what are we attacking?
The sister code saves the other sisters from no good men. So
who said that?
B. Taylor just said it. And we said earlier that sometimes men get to a point in their life where they meet a woman and it's just time for them to make that change in their life. So I'm just wondering, could it possibly be sometimes the sister code just messed up a marriage relationship and kept a woman?
I don't get involved in people's relationships.
And if they see their friend being dragged through the mud and her mental health is declining because of this man, and if they have the best intentions of that woman, they're going to come in and be her support system because that's what she needs. Now, if it's a situation where my friends hold me accountable, but they ain't going to never get online and hold me accountable to the world for what? To get made fun of. But behind the scenes, best believe I'm getting that fucking phone call. So a lot of y'all be sitting back like, oh, why she ain't out her? Because the sisterhood, we're not going to embarrass each other, but we definitely going to talk to each other and we're going to hold each other accountable in our tribe. That's none of y'all business.
So I gotta call some cap. And this is
unless
the
we
cap
out in
that I'm
public,
calling.
then I might have to.
Hold on. What'd you say, Trill?
I said I got to call some cap, and not necessarily to what she's saying specifically, but in terms of women not intervening in their friends' relationships. Let's just keep it G here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure every man on this panel done experience that much. Women have a way, right? When they're going through issues with the relationship, they have a way of going to their friend and telling one side.
Yep.
Right. And not necessarily telling his, right? But when you do that, now you're gassing your friends who already has implicit bias. Let's call that what it is. Right. Probably never wanted you with the nigga to begin with, but that's neither here nor there. She has implicit bias. Right. So you going to telling her one side of the story, and now she don't like this man. And now when I'm coming around as men, we feel the awkwardness.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there a lot of times comes between a relationship, and it comes down to a situation where a man would be like, you know what, man, I'm out. If I'm in a relationship with y'all, that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for you. But again, women do include their friends in their relationship, telling them one side of the story, and their friends are influencing them. Hey, girl, he did what? You don't deserve that. Leave that. This, that, and the third. Now, men on the other end, give us our credit, right? When our homies come to us and tell us what y'all not doing, we as men, what do we do?
The first thing we say is, what did you do?
Exactly.
So y'all superheroes.
No,
I'm about to say, like, not all your realistic. I don't think all your friends are
not all
always
men do that, because some men be jealous that you got a good woman on your arm, and they be like, "Man, leave her. Come on with me and go. Let's go get.
You know what?
Let's go out."
Stay in the cipher though. They don't stay in the clique.
So I want to
and that's the same for us. They don't stand our clique. They're not the ones that we confide in. Because my friends, I come to them with some issues, some relationship issues. They're gonna call me out on my shit. They're gonna be like, "Well, what did you say? And why would you do that?"
Let me say that. The thing is, like,
well, what did you do?
When it comes to men out there,
you
don't have room for excuses. When you come with that bullshit, that man's like, "What did you do?" And they analyze the situation. And look, this is on your watch. You got a solid ass woman. You gonna sit there and fuck it up? That's on you.
That's how men talk to men and women talk to women.
I had a question. I don't.
Okay,
let me jump in really quick. Let me jump in real quick. I just want to jump in. I just want to jump in really quick. So first of all, if my friend, that's a woman's coming to me, my first thing is I don't know him. I'm not worried about him. What is it about you that would deal with that? What's going on with you? I ask a lot of questions to the point that's how I deal with my shit. That's why I'm a different caliber. You can see the people I deal with. My circle, first of all, most of my circle ain't coming to me about no damn man, because we're at a level where we've learned, we're past that. We're talking about finances, corporate America. We're masterminding, we're collaborating. We're past the age of he did this. If you don't know what to do with that and you're over 30, you're probably not in my circle. First of all, let me just, if I really want to pop my shit tonight, most women don't come to me about men. Most women come to me about prosperity, finances, and self-awareness and building themselves. And once I help that woman build herself, she's going into that relationship healthy, right? Because she's doing that self-work financially, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So let me just park there right there. Let me park that right there. Most women are not coming to me for relationship advice. They're past that. if I really want to keep it real.
I don't think it's always like advice, because like for the most part, me and my best friend, we don't even give each other relationship advice. She just calls me or I'll call her. She like, let me tell you what Corey did. So I already know what that is like, this is my best friend. That's what I'm saying. People, these friendships be so shallow, but like my best friend, I already know that just means she just wants me to listen. She just wants to go off about what he did that got on her nerves. And so that's what this call's about. This call is not about me giving her advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then other times when there is difficulties that you're going through, it's always like Queen Shiva says about, well, what can you do to help your part? And then let's just pray about it. And just, because you can't fix anything, that you can only fix what you have control of. And I don't know the whole situation. So we usually do that to each other. We usually just encourage each other. It's more like, well, girl, you know what? This will work out and that'll work out, and just see what happens. You know what I mean? It'll work out, because when you think negatively, it's less likely that positive things will happen. And so that's why this person is my best friend, because we push each other in different ways. And that is one way that like changed in our friendship these last few years. I guess because we're in our 30s now, trying to grow the fuck up. But, you know, yeah, I think that's like more important, that you should know your friend well enough to know when they need encouragement versus when they just need an ear, versus, you know, when they want to talk shit and then move on. So that's just my opinion.
I think the elephant in the room is most people feel like I don't hold B. Taylor accountable. Me and B. Taylor don't talk about her relationship. That's a grown ass woman. That's not a little girl. First of all, that's a grown 30. I don't mess with women's relationships. Me and B. Taylor, we talk about stuff that has to do with her future, her career, building a legacy for her family. I don't get in people's business. If they don't come and ask me a specific question, friends or not, I'm not invading their space. I'm a very respectful friend. Yep. So her relationship is fine. She has a healthy family dynamic. So let's move on from that. What I should be, I'm just saying the elephant.
And I'm not talking about my personal shit, because like I said, it's nobody's business. And I had to learn that the hard way, that my tribe is my tribe. But when y'all see this ring on my finger, just know this ring gonna be on my motherfucking finger real soon.
But I just wanted to clear the air, because I'm older than you, and people feel like I should be giving you relationship advice. No. I just wanted to clear the air. That's a grown woman, y'all. Well, she don't need relationship advice about a family that's intact. We talk about other stuff. Women are more than a man. First of all, let's just say that. So that's all I wanted to say.
But this one was to say that we're comparing our life with her. Like, if I look at her, just by looking at her and what she did, I can tell she doesn't have no friend. Well, so we're comparing our sisterhood, or whatever you want to call it. My circle. I call it my circle. I only have one woman that I will call to not even ask for advice, but to vent out and kind of share what is going on in my life. But I don't need her to say anything. You know, she just have to listen, like Kayla said. But I don't see Queen Shiva like this woman. I can compare it. So yes. Like what I think men are trying to say is that we remove, because you know, also Ricky said it's not us. Remove yourself from this equation and point at these women that actually have this type of friendships that are not healthy. And I think we all have been there. We all have that woman that betrayed us at some point. We all have that one friend that we thought that she was a friend and betrayed us. We all had that friend that it was jealous about us. So we need to stop lying that this doesn't exist, because it does. Not in our life, not now, not where we are. I think all of us are grown, and we're talking to people out there that actually is going through this and seeing this type of video, thinking it's normal when it's not.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
It's not, as a friend, it's not your job to give advice. It's your job to help provide clarity.
Yep.
Right? Clarity, because at the end of the day, that person that's calling you or looking to talk to you, they're going to make their own decision no matter what you say or your input is. Right? Your job is simply but to be an ear, be honest with them, and provide clarity. That's it. That's why I don't get the thing like Okay, so like in the conversation you said about how she's feeling validated. So women need men to validate them. You see what I'm saying? So again, all this stuff comes back into play with the conversations we had over this past year on this panel, right? So what is the power that men hold? What is the roles that what's the roles that need to be set in stone, right? If it requires a man to validate a woman, right? Then at that point, we're having the wrong conversations again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Right? Either a woman is responsible for herself and her feelings or not. Right? Either it's the man faults that she thinks and move a certain type of way or not. If that's the case, we need to have different conversations. Right? But shout out, shit, I want to say first and foremost, shit, if I see a ring on B. Taylor finger, shit, I don't know, I might send her a card with a gift card or something, shit, and, you know, congratulations, you know what I'm saying? Shit, do your motherfucking thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is that, man, like, it's not about guiding nobody's life. It's their life. They need to be able to they need to be able to make that choice for themselves. Because what happens is if you give them advice and they follow it willy-nilly, no matter what, they still not going to work on themselves. They're going to say, hey, you told me to do this and I did what you said and it ended up that way. Right? Be an ear to your friends. And when I how do you look at it? What do you think about it? How do you feel about it? Because that's really the person who count. It don't matter what the other person is doing, because like everybody, when you in your feelings is not what really happened. That's just how you look at what happened to you. It's your perspective, but your feelings is not the truth. It's just your take on what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if y'all being a friend, man, listen to people, bro, and ask them the hard questions that don't nobody else want to ask them and let them figure it out for themselves.
But I think there's I think a lot of times we cross boundaries in people's lives. And I think you have to realize the difference between being a friend and a therapist.
I have a therapist. I don't need my friend being
You see what I'm saying? And that's a hard line, because you can become overly, you can create like a codependent relationship. And I don't do that. I don't like relationships like that. But I'm also not going to talk to you about the same shit over and over and either. I'm a healthy woman. I don't tend to want to entertain unhealthy conversations over and over. So that's just, you know, you got to be a good friend. You know, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You got to know when to let people fly and try to implement the shit that they're trying to implement into their life. You know what I'm saying? If you can't trust your friend to grow and implement without always being on their back, then maybe you're kind of controlling.
Well,
I mean, sometimes you have to put your foot down with your friend, though. Like, there's times where I've told my friend, like, don't call me about this no more. Like, you can call me about something else, but don't call me about this no more. We're not talking about this no more. So sometimes that's just something that you have to do with your friends to have a teaching moment for them, because you can't entertain toxicity and then, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I'm glad, you know, Kayla, Ricky, and Queen Sheba said that, because, like, from personal experience, if I come to my friends about a situation, they're my eyes and ears. They see how I respond to somebody's in my life. They see my best interests. That's what I'm just saying. Everybody, for example, I don't go there to hear what I need to, what I want to hear. I'm going to hear some stuff I might not want to hear. But again, if your friends love you like that, they respect you enough to tell you the truth. They'll risk that to see the best out of you. If you can sit there and get in your feelings all you want, then that's the first thing. That's the first casualty right there. Say, fuck your feelings. We see you in a situation. This is what we see. We're going to give you some options. Now you can do whatever you want to do. We want the best for you. But to sit here and ask for someone to sit there and for confirmation bias, that's not going to be here. I wouldn't be a friend if I did that. And if I see something that you out here making missteps, you got to be held accountable for that. Not just say like, well, she did this. What the fuck did you do? What do you want? What are you looking to change? Because we want you to be happy. And if she's solid for you, you need to stop fucking up. We see what the fuck you're doing. own up to that shit and keep it pushing. If not, we're not having this conversation again. I don't want to hear the shit. Now, if you fall on your face, I'll be there, drink a beer with you, but I don't want to hear this bullshit. And that's what solid friends are supposed to do. That's the difference between F boys and F girls who want to sit there and like, yeah, you need to do all this, and they put you in a line of fire because they're miserable too. So that goes into vetting the integrity of your circle. That's the most important part.
All right. We're gonna finish paying these bills. I got one more question left for y'all, man. Real quick. Marcus with the fireball. The sisterhood lies to each other every single day.
Amen.
We're gonna leave that one there. Appreciate you, Marcus. Sister Cole is right next to feminism. Let that sink in.
He down to his last, Lucky. He on 5.
Hey, I ain't gonna let y'all do my boy like that. You gotta end
My last few dollars.
Hey, shout out to 67 Big Mail, man. We appreciate it, bro. Talking on with us, man. Showing love, man. You say too many below average women out here trick or treating. 365. Real wrong for picking that clip. Much love from Detroit, man. Shout out to the D, man. Some stand-up guys out there, I know.
Oh man.
Web slinger with the fireball. Man scared to be with that woman because the post-nut clarity, them man. Like, have them like prime Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
Not for the BS with the fireball. Women don't be full of yourself. A man will tell a 4 she's a 10 on a bad night. And 4 is a stretch. 6,
that's
4.
That's a big reach.
I know, man. You pulling a little deep on that one. Money 1322 with the 2 ball because the sister code lie to each other.
That nigga
D-Roy with the 10 ball. I see the quote unquote sister code in action on South Beach in all its hilarity.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they be out there wilding. 2 pieces should not. Never mind. The retired guy 319 with the fireball. Men do have a bro code. Don't smash each other's woman. Don't hate or backstab, and get money and keep it 100. That's about it.
Big facts.
That's fact.
And y'all hide y'all brother infidelity, but that's a different day.
We can't fuck with that.
It's a part of the brotherhood.
And we'll sit at the wife's table and smile and eat her food and kiss the kids and all of that crazy
There's
stuff.
even a bro code that I've seen where
my loyalty
he's brought a different woman to a function.
I'm legally blind.
I ain't cheating on her. It ain't my girl.
Exactly. That's the homie, man. We've been knowing her. She was from way back. She went to school with us.
Yeah.
Marcus with the 10 ball. SB just with the bomb. Shout out to security boss.
Yep.
Mike check with the fireball. Sister code equals single women keeping women single.
You goddamn right.
Boys do not like the sister code, boy. They on y'all ass. Not for the BS. D. Taylor said when women hold women accountable, it's not man business. So we a community because you talking separation.
No, we tribes. We not a community because some of y'all motherfuckers can't get near me. Okay.
We are a community, but there are tribes in the community. I don't know.
Prophecy the savior with the 10 ball. Well, I guess every guy on the panel and in the world is just making it up. And we in the matrix. And the sisterhood is never in the world. I wonder why a majority are saying the same thing.
Interesting.
Great question.
Interesting.
Great question. Mike said, fireball. Kayla is correct. A true friend knows when to listen and let her vent and when to give an encouraging word. It's true. Mike Dub with the 10 ball. Mike Dub. There's bias on both sides. If you need advice, get it from someone who is neutral and won't give a biased opinion. Go to a mentor for that. I would agree, man. But shit, even with the mentor, you got to be a little careful because
they still got an opinion of you.
Right. Prophecy with the fireball. When Ricky be saying it's never known on the panel, y'all truly don't be understanding what he is pointing out on the daily.
We understand.
No, we catch it.
You don't know what I'm saying?
That's hood Yoda.
Mike said with the 10 ball facts, Rick, a true friend, male or female, should always provide clarity or quote unquote the full picture to a friend in need because they are only presenting you with half of the picture. It's facts. V with the fireball. If you take your personal emotion out of what Ricky is saying, honesty is nothing but truth.
Big facts.
You see Miss Parker with the 10 ball. Prayerful in selection note. Proverbs 11:14, where no counsel is, the people fall. But in a multitude of counselors, there is safety.
Amen.
That's true. Matthew with the 2 ball. Shout out to the punchline queen, Miss Sheba. Shout out to Miss Sheba. She do be having the one-liners for y'all.
Yeah, she do.
Congo with the 20 ball. We appreciate you, bro. So security boss, good morning. Hope all is well and thank you. Please keep going. Thanks, man. So security boss.
Good morning.
Not for the BS with the 2 ball. B Taylor is the woman king.
I'll take that.
New t-shirts coming soon, hats and sweatshirts.
Period.
Lord,
Make
have
some
mercy.
money off of that.
Lord help us.
Lord, why they be encouraging the nonsense? Kenny with the 5 ball. Sister Code equals The Weeknd by SZA. Damn.
Is that sister?
Men don't even be barely getting ass on with regular women, so how they gonna hit the whole sister code?
What you mean? That song was about her being on the weekends. What that got to do with sister code?
Nothing.
That's basically mean that
it ain't
she
got nothing to do
crossing
with
the
me. What you do on your weekends? You ain't with me.
Nah, but that mean that she finessing the sister code. How you hitting that woman man behind her back? You talking about she
That
got
man,
a Monday through Friday?
Okay, Trill.
But that girl not my friend. If she
I'm
not
just
my
asking.
friend,
Dudes be dirty naked. You can't assume just because it's a female, she's
But she
automatic.
putting her time in though.
Thank you, Lucky.
It's the same thing with bro code. That's why you have fraternities and sororities. There's certain people within your circle that keep a certain standard. If a dude smashing your woman behind your back, you gonna say, "Man, you are bro code." No, he don't know you. It's the same thing with you.
Exactly.
if you're not from the same tribe, I don't know. I don't owe you nothing. I'm not
your
my
day.
business. I'm
It's
not
not-
about to go talk to somebody I don't know about their personal life. What's going on?
I will neither
True.
confirm nor
deny.
deny what Kenny be doing to these dudes, girls out here.
You
Web
can
Slinger,
confirm.
Web Slinger
Okay.
with the 5 ball sisterhood never
Say it again.
holds each other accountable. That's why when there's a problem, the questions are always, what did he do? How can he fix this?
That's gospel.
Damn.
That's gospel.
That's crazy. But hey, real appreciate everybody for tapping in with us, man. If y'all ain't hit that like button, make sure y'all tap the like button, man. Crusader Nation in the building, man. I need to see leaves in the chat, man. Make sure that y'all put the leaves in the chat. Salute to B-Box, man. If y'all ain't tapped into the giveaway, make sure that y'all sign up on the webpage. Complete those tasks if y'all want y'all rents and mortgages paid. I know some of y'all rich, and I know it's gonna be, legitimate amount of money, but we got y'all. Don't worry about it.
$5,000. I'm just
Whoa. We gonna put
How
some
much
on it.
is it? How much is it?
Huh?
Like whatever. Like, is it a certain jackpot?
It depends on what your rent and mortgage is.
I gotcha.
How you know? Do I gotta send you my statements?
You got to send me the statement with your name on it, man. So that means if you live with somebody, you are ineligible.
Well,
that's half the
Wait.
If you win and you live with somebody, then the gang get to pocket the money, man. Those are the rules, man. Yeah. But now, real rap though, man. I appreciate everybody that done entered so far. I think it's like 15,000 entries so far as far as participants. So salute to everybody that done tapped in, man. Trying to get to that bag, man. I can't wait to congratulate y'all when y'all win. And let me hold something too. But that's another conversation for another day. We're gonna keep this thing moving, man. Last question of the night, man. She spoke on some things. Now we done spent about an hour, critiquing that woman looks, things of that nature, which I didn't partake in, for the record. But she also said that men are intimidated by pretty women, right? Which is why I asked y'all earlier, do men value safe women? So I want to get y'all's take. Are men intimidated by those pretty baddie type of women in y'all experience?
Yes.
I want to say something. I want to say that she is confused. Like, her confidence comes from what she's wearing, and also women get that confused, and men too, because women will feel confident when they have their makeup on and all this stuff on, but that's not real confidence. So like, men also have to know that that's not real confidence. Like, when you're like really without all that, are you really confident? I think she's just confused. I just wanted to say that.
I'm gonna say no. I think when you really understand what a man is capable of, there's not too much that will intimidate him, much less a woman with a wig on. So no, he's not intimidated. at all. Number one, either he's not into you or he's observing you to see what strategy he wants to use with you. That's it.
I would say yes. I feel like they are, because it's some men, they're like really scared to go up and talk to beautiful women. They don't know what to say. Some men will send their homeboy over to talk to you because they're too scared to talk to you. So they're too intimidated to talk to you. So they get somebody else, or they don't say anything to you. And then they'll message you on Instagram and say, "Hey, I saw you at da 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 da." Like, oh, why you didn't say nothing? Oh, well, like, I ain't know. Like, men definitely, there are some men who are definitely intimidated by women that they find attractive.
I don't think men are intimidated by any woman. Right? It's like I said, I know y'all don't believe me when I say this, but most men understand a girl that look a certain way requires a certain amount of work. And to be honest with y'all, most pretty girls is a fucking headache.
Yes, sir.
It's just the truth. I honestly believe, I tell the favors, don't set yourself up. We don't make problems where there are none, ladies and gentlemen. Right? And then whether y'all want to believe it or not, right? Most pretty girls come with a certain mindset. They move a certain way. And if you've been out in these streets, you understand, right? So it's not intimidation. It's just a lot of times they don't want to waste their time. It's just facts.
So I think that some men, like all people, have insecurities.
Now, wait, Kayla. Kayla, just before you go, give me a percentage. Would you say most, or would you say it's a minority?
I wouldn't say most, but I wouldn't say a minority either. Maybe like 60-40.
I was thinking 70-30.
What?
70-30. Okay.
You didn't even ask me what the ratio, how the slant is. So
right. He didn't ask the slant. We just asked the percentage, which I gave. Yeah. But no, what I was going to say is that I think men have insecurities, and the people that, certain men love to talk a great game about, oh, they smashed this person, that person, what men do in the streets, and this is what men do, blah, blah, whatever. But I think men with insecurities don't want the most attractive person, because you know what that comes with. That comes with a lot of attention. And they don't want to deal with having to deal with that. They want to be the hot girl in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? They want the attention to be on them because of their narcissistic insecurities. So this happens quite often. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll continue later. I'll hear what everyone else has to say. But this is definitely a thing. There are men with insecurities that just don't want to deal with competing. They don't want to deal with, like, you may run into somebody that may be, you know what I mean? Whatever. So they don't want to deal with that. They rather something a little that gets a little less attention. They don't have to really worry about it as much, you know.
You are funny as hell.
I think that some men might be a little insecure too and don't want the rejection. You know, they just don't want to be rejected. So they won't do it.
Mm-hmm. That's different.
Hold on. Wait, security boss. I need a percentage.
I don't think it's intimidation, though.
Oh, I think it's about 25%.
Of men?
Men that have that may, about 25%.
Can I go? Was you going, Sheba?
Good.
I think it's a certain type of man that's intimidated. I think the type of man that's intimidated by an attractive woman is the same man that's intimidated if a woman makes more than him. It has a lot that I think those type of men have a certain insecurity, but most men that I know of, whether it be uncles or something, they like the confident woman that just owns a room. They not intimidated, nothing. Like, they like, you ever been the attractive one right in the crowd? And then the guy out of the group that you don't think should approach you is the most confident to approach a woman that, even if we look at it, it look like she is out of your league. He about to go cut that tree down. He don't care if she's short, if he's shorter than her, nothing. So I think a certain type of man is intimidated because what's intimidating? Her confidence, the fact that everyone's looking at her. But I think a certain type of man wants a woman that people are looking at. That doesn't mean that, like we said earlier, that doesn't mean she's not safe or she's not getting attention. I think if you are attractive, you're going to get attention even if you don't want it. Even if you like Kayla and B. Taylor, you at the grocery store about to get your hair braided, so you looking crazy. You know, whatever the case may be. So I'm just saying, I think a certain type of man is intimidated by anybody's confidence, but another woman's confidence, because he doesn't feel like, he might say it's too much for me to handle, or she weighed too much, I can't handle. You know what I'm saying? Those type of men are intimidated. And I don't know the percentage.
But in that video, is it confidence over confidence? Because I said it. I don't think she's confident with all of that, what she had on. She's not confident. That's
what I said. That was what was said initially, but she's still confident. We don't know how confident she is without that. I can speculate and say she's probably not. But at the same time, it's just like how people judge Lizzo. Lizzo see herself in reality every day, and she is still confident. I think the confidence comes from within. So we can speculate. I get what you're saying, but even with all that on, it didn't even look like she had on makeup. It just looked like she had on lashes. So.
But is she really, though, Lucky, only about Lizzo? Is she confident, or is she doing what she gets paid to do, which is to entertain?
It could be possible, but that's the selling point. Selling confidence is a thing. So let me just go out here and say, I'm so confident to be this way, even though I know it could be wrong, even though I know most people might get backlash. But it's just, we understand that even women today, they exalt the negative part about themselves and they dare you to speak on it. So now they are saying, so what, we out here with this? So what? And I get it. Like, that's the response. So it's no shame.
Yeah, but people getting praised and exalted for whatever it is that they're doing gives them confidence. Like, I'm sure Lizzo is confident because people are out here like, yes, Lizzo. Yes. Like a lot of people. This girl be all over the world. Like, so that could give her a sense of confidence. That might not come from inside. It may come from external forces of people that are validating what it is that she's doing right now and all the body positivity or whatever that is, that movement and stuff.
I think Lizzo probably is confident. She probably just like, you know what? I am a big girl. I'm trying to lose the weight, but while I'm trying to lose the weight, I'm going to feel good about myself. I'm not going to put a bag over my head and be depressed about it. I'm big. I'm dealing with it. I love it. I'm going to love myself now, and I'm going to love myself when I'm skinny. And I don't know why men are just so mad. I don't think that she's going around. Now, I think there is a certain crowd of followers who are pressuring her to stay big because they're big and they want her to stay big with they big self. But, you know, I'm not talking about that crowd. I'm talking about, like, for example, like, if I wanted to lose weight, right, I have to love myself now before I lose the weight, because even when I lose the weight, my weight has always fluctuated. So it's like, even if I'm not as confident now, I'm not going to be confident when I'm skinny. I'm going to always find something wrong with myself. So I think it is good to be confident regardless of what your weight is, but also work on yourself to always better yourself. But it's nothing wrong with being confident with who you are and what you look like. It's called self-love. You're right.
My thing is this though. I feel like, man, Lizzo be trying to overcompensate. I don't think she's as confident as she seems. I'm a pretty good judge of character. You can tell when somebody's going overboard to try to prove. It's just like a man, right? That has money. You have certain men that have money that move a certain way. Like you won't even know it until you kind of spend enough time around him and you just see how he move. But he's not, outlandish with it, whatever. But he just dresses nice. You might look at his watch, but it's something low key. He ain't got 10 chains hanging outside his shirt. He ain't got his shirt tucked in his belt to show off. I mean, the Hermes or the Louis. He just fly naturally. But with Lizzo, I think a lot of times she try to force it. An example of that would be like at that Lakers game when she showed up there with her ass.
Oh my goodness.
That right there is just like, if you're confident in yourself, you're not doing that. But I think she's hearing the critique, and it's like, damn, like these people feel like this. Okay, I'm about to go above and beyond to show them that I am confident in myself. But I think only an insecure person would do that. Yeah. But that's just my take on it. But again, even with the girl in the video, I kind of want to take her out of it. I want to speak to like that super bad Instagram chick, or like that super bad singer, Kelly Rowland or Beyonce, whatever the case may be. Like, do y'all feel like most men would be intimidated by that. In my opinion, I feel like they would be. Even though they may approach them, sure, but it's a difference between just going up and, you know, shooting a shot from half court. And if it go in, cool. If not, oh well, compared to being in that relationship day to day. Like, just like I spoke about earlier, like a man wants his woman to himself. And a lot of times when you're dealing with women like that, they have a thirst for attention that's insatiable. Right. So she gonna be on social media showing that body off. Even it may not be as crazy as she was doing it when she was single, but she's still gonna be showing that shit off. And it's gonna be just certain things. When she walks in the room, she gets a certain amount of attention. And even though men like to speak as if they confident enough to, oh, I ain't tripping, that's my girl, whatever, I'm good with it. Most men are not wired like that. Most men will be insecure. He be trying to fight the dudes over nothing, not like that type of thing, because he's not used to having an attractive woman. Like we throw the stats out here all the time. What they say, 30% of men are projected to die virgins. 52% of men are, you know, childless and single, struggling to be in relationships. You know what I'm saying? So most men don't just have access to these type of women, right? So and we'll see it. Like a lot of these people that we see online and shit. That's why Atlanta was so eye-opening for me. I went out there, you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of people from the panel, this, that, and the third, and I'm seeing these same people in rooms with gorgeous women, not saying a word, like in a corner somewhere, like tucked off somewhere, like scared to even look up. Like when they talking to the women, they looking down, like confidence just nowhere near what they portray on these panels. Now you have a certain amount of men who just gonna be who they are regardless of the room they in, but that comes from experience. But most men don't have experience with just being able to have that type of woman available to me whenever it is that I want. So they're gonna struggle to communicate. They're gonna struggle to come off as confident, and I've seen it. And I would say that's most men. Now you have some men who may not be attractive or whatever, but again, he confident in himself. He gonna shoot a shot. He may get rejected 100 times. He gonna still pull up for that 101st time because he's just confident in himself. He just don't care. Like eventually one of them is gonna fall through. He playing a quantity game. You know what I'm saying? But like most dudes, like a lot of dudes be in their head for real, and they'll take something that I know is a for sure kill. Pardon me, I'm giving y'all barbershop lingo. That's something that's a for sure kill.
I'm sorry, huh?
You understand me? And that's what we gonna, you know, that's what we gonna go with. Now, if you know somehow or another this girl show me that she like me, she's super bad. Okay, then I'll entertain it. But most dudes is not gonna put themselves out on the line like that and be super confident. Walk up to this woman, hey man, I think you gorgeous. Da, 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 da. Like, you know, what do you do for a living? What's your number? I'm such and such. I do this. Like most men ain't got that, ain't smooth like that. So that's gonna foster, you know what I mean, insecurity. And even if he do get her, like I said, approaching a woman and maintaining that type of woman is two totally different things. Go ahead, Rona.
I said, got it.
Oh, go ahead, oh.
No, I mean, shit, I was agreeing with what you were saying. I was just going back to, so I was just thinking, even just on the approach, just in general, on approaching a baddie, I think most men aren't intimidated by the baddie. I think it's more so about like how she may reject him. Because, you know, you'll have some women who just, you know, oh, it's okay, you know, but then some, you know, they may, or be super loud with the rejection. So I don't think it's for a good bit of men. I don't think it's necessarily the woman, the baddie that they are afraid of. It's the rejection piece after. They don't want to be embarrassed, especially if you're in a social setting and or she right next to a couple girls. You trying to spit some game at her real quick, and she right next to her girls, you know. So if you don't come right, or if you don't look the part, you know, your rejection may not be in your favor. So I think that's what it is before it even get to being insecure in a relationship.
Off the sister code, OT, I don't think that's okay. I do think that women need to be more gracious with their rejections. Like you really don't have to do all of that. Like for me, it's very easy to be like, oh, I appreciate it so much. You know what I mean? I'm not interested, but I really do appreciate you speaking. You know, have a good day. Like, keep it moving. Like, why would you be like, like, why would you don't try to embarrass people? Like, that shows to your character to me.
Well, okay, so I agree to a certain extent. I agree initially if a man is like, you know, no, thank you. But it's the ones that's like, nah, Nah, walking after you, chasing after you, won't leave you alone, harassing you. Then that's when it's like, nah, I said no. Get your ugly ass away from me.
Here. Take your drink back. Hold on.
Whoa.
Take your drink back.
You know when you buy you don't know the saying when a man buys you a drink, he wants to hover over you like a helicopter all night.
Oh, that's the weirdest shit in the world. I don't know why men do that, bro.
Yeah, like here you go. Just take
Or
it
you
back.
give him one dance, you give him one dance and you gotta tap him because he's gonna be there all night.
The whole night. He gonna be
No,
right
you know what
behind
I
you
do?
every
I do the turnaround and
Say thank
I
you.
go in
Just
for
say
the hug.
thank
It was
you.
nice to meet you.
That's all we need. That's all
No,
you
it's
need.
some men
And then I
out there
start
like
walking. Like,
no, I'm serious. Dance with that dance thing, that'll start a fight.
Y'all
the
still
dude will be
dance?
like, no, she's mine. No.
What I'll say is like there are some who are imitated, but the thing is like, intimidated. But what I look at is like I look at body language mainly, mindset, attitude, and personality. That'll give me a nice read of not just who I'm dealing with, but the load that's going to come with it. At least an idea. And it's about a acquired skill about learning how to read the room. If that person is giving you an opportunity to get to know them, cool. Just keep it cool, light and funny, chill. Now, if they want to take it another step, that's why I sit there and like, okay, I assess it and move on accordingly. But if anything, I said like if you're intimidated, you know, like sometimes you're shooting outside your range and okay, I ain't been hitting my threes like I should have been. But but the thing that's the part of getting to the gym and working on your shot. If you have the confidence in to approach people, you have that healthy relationship with yourself, seeing the best qualities of yourself, working on your approach, make it accessible to make that shot more appropriate. But
Ronan, what kind of woman you like? Because I know we go through your roster every week and we can't find one. So what kind of woman you like?
Okay. To answer your question, those situations I had, that was 10 years ago.
No, but currently, what are you looking for? Like, what type of woman do you like currently?
I like salt of the earth type of women, some women who are chill. Like, you know, say the so-called plain Jane's, the surprisingly sexy chicks. The ones that, you know, have that confidence, that mindset about themselves. They carry themselves in a dignified way to where they're approachable. They're cool. Some have a sense of humor. Some are into things like, you know what, okay, with the commonalities. That's what I like, and we go from there. I mean, yeah, they could be like having a nice banging body or something like that, but sometimes they don't have all that. It's just mainly the mindset, attitude, and how they carry themselves. I find that highly attractive because there's other things that come with it that like open the door like to great things. That's what I noticed as of late. So those are ones that stand out. But the baddies, take all that costume shit off.
Yeah, hold on. We just asked for the things you want. We just asked for the things that you want, not want. But no, when I asked that because like a lot of times people can't describe what they actually want, and I like what you said. It was a little aloof though. I would have loved some specifics on those commonalities or those important traits and things like that. Because what I have learned in recently is you have to be specific. Like, no, for real, you have to be specific and write it down and be specific. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like humor is an option. Like, either you need to have humor in your relationship or you don't. Like, there are certain things that are important for, I don't know, compatibility and like things like that. So I just, that's all I ask.
No.
And you're going to do great, Ronan. You're going to be a great husband. So I'm not worried about it.
I appreciate your confidence, but
yes,
I know. We got, you know, like 3 weeks ago, we were talking about a lady that you were very patient with. She got, I think Kayla was able to get you.
Yeah.
Kayla was able to get you to reveal that she got up to 270.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember. So
to be specific, like those types, I say like a sapiosexual. Like if she's intellectual, I'm into that. I like women that they arts. Because usually I meet women as far as libraries or in a comedy show or something just out about just general chill. One who has a great attitude, you know, just more generous to people. I see like if we go out and if she's like disrespectful to people like waiters or something like that, I know she has a problem. I look for character in that type of woman. Like if she likes to treat people a certain ways, how she treats her family, how she treats other people who can't help themselves. That stands out to me. So like that kind of mindset, that's what I sit there and look for. Those old bougie, phony Photoshop type.
Remember, focus on what you want,
No,
not what you don't.
I'm just saying, for example, the ones
I'm
like.
serious. I'm serious. You have to start talking like and inviting what you want into your space, not always like.
Well, hold up, Kayla. So, are you single and looking, Ronan?
Oh yeah, I'm going to do applications right now. Yes. Yes.
Applications.
Yes, applications. Yes.
Excellent.
I'm busy.
I need y'all to fix y'all faces when my dog talking about.
I have to submit an application.
Excellent information.
I have never had to submit an application.
Ronan, you're such a good sport. That's why I love this channel. I love it.
I love you running, but I have never had to submit an application.
Have you had to submit an application, Ronan? Have you submitted an application to someone before?
Yes, I have, and I had to fix my resume too.
Really? Was your credit? Did they put your credit on there?
Accountability. Because again, like how I was approaching things back then, I knew I had to take that time. Like, look, your resume is fucked up. You need to redo this. Go to Career Builder, get your shit straight, and then move accordingly to get the things you want. And that's what I've been seeing as of late. Even taking a time to go out, and sometimes you need to date yourself. Would you fuck with you?
That's a good question. So, Trill, would you be open? Trill, would you be open to hosting a love connection on your show for Ronan in March 2023?
We was talking about having a dating show. Ronan
for romance.
Can y'all put this together cruise season?
Cruise season.
Ronan for romance.
Hey, real rap, man. We gonna go ahead on and announce this right now.
We can go ahead and do it.
Cruise season is about to start a new dating show. We're gonna start a new dating show. Look here, we're gonna need some good sports to come on stage. We're gonna be hosting. I'm gonna be hosting. I'm gonna be asking both of y'all questions, and I need honesty. You know what I'm saying? I need you to show me how you would finesse if y'all was, you know what I mean, sitting at a restaurant or something fly, like just have a simple conversation. I'm gonna throw alley hoops. All I need y'all to do is dunk. But yeah, hey, cruise season dating show coming very soon. Me and O gonna put this together tomorrow.
Date night.
Yeah.
I actually like that. I like that setup. Like them just having a conversation and then you're just sitting there listening and you kind of throw questions in that may be imperative at certain times.
So can Ronan be the first prototype?
Definitely. He's more than welcome to be the first type. That's a fact.
Y'all were way to turn me into a guinea pig.
Bring your dog, Ronan. You gotta be a dog lover.
Hey, real rap.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, no, this coming soon. Me and O gonna get to work on this tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Sponsored by Beatbox.
Of course, man. Salute to the game, man. Salute to the family. We appreciate y'all, supporting us like y'all always do, man. Look, man, it's been a hell of a conversation tonight. I think this is a great place for us to wrap this thing up. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, man, tapping into the chat. Crusader Nation in the building. Deep as hell, man. I appreciate it. Down there 800 in here today. So, the following is getting bigger. The family is growing. I'm seeing y'all. We've been taking over Instagram lately. If y'all ain't tapped in, make sure y'all tap into the Instagram. TikTok, I think is at 330,000 or something like that. We're trying to hit 350 before December is over. So make sure y'all tap into that. 100K on Instagram before the year is over. Make sure y'all tap into that. These are just goals, man. But I appreciate it. The family is building. And y'all are responsible. So we're gonna pay some bills and then we're gonna get on up out of here, man. It's been a hell of a show. Panelists, y'all already know, man. I appreciate all y'all for loaning me y'all time and gems. This has been a hell of an episode, just like I figured it would be. 67 with the 20 ball. My dog. So I love the show. So y'all funny as hell. I agree, man. They are hilarious up here. Appreciate you, bro. Marcus Evans with the fireball. Hey, Sheba, don't diss me like that. You just mad I rock with Lucky. Shout out to the family.
He got to prove his love every night.
Straight up. D Royale with the 10 ball. It's not intimidation or insecurity. It's the path of least resistance. Those are coping words or mentality for some women. Facts.
Mhm.
Mike check with the fireball. Men are not intimidated by having a hot chick. Men don't want hot chicks that do not make smart decisions and constantly need attention from others. True.
Amen. Amen.
That's true. Swole D with the fireball. Ricky Williams is right. Kayla is wrong as always. And B. Taylor, your lips look juicy tonight. Yes, sir. And Lucky can say no wrong in my eyes.
Look at that. Look at
If you
that.
don't get your swole head, if you don't go somewhere, take your swole head out.
Hey, shout out to D, man. I appreciate
Oh,
you.
Lordy.
The retired guy with the fireball. Ladies, it's a small amount of us that are intimidated by you. If anything, they'll be more intimidated to a more qualified brother, but it's not you.
Speak
That
on
makes
it.
sense.
Interesting.
Speak on it.
Interesting. Congo English with the 10 ball. I don't compete and or chase. I am not the prize, neither you. Compatibility and sincere deposition, people. Jeez.
Amen. Shit.
Facts. I would agree with that. Gates for life with the fireball. Only the people who are loud and obnoxious is the ones who are attention seekers. No matter if it's a man or a woman, they will want the validation. True. Stay far, far away from those. If y'all don't listen to nothing else we say here tonight. Ray Alexander with the 10 ball says some men that claim they are not intimidated by attractive, well-educated women or financially successful women, many times they are actually intimidated by those types of women. It's false bravado. I would agree. Like I said, I've seen it up close. I've seen men get in the room with attractive women. You got to understand, we do battle the sexes and things of that nature all the time, right? And it's a bunch of attractive women in the room, and you'll see men who have big personalities typically
online
get in that room and be in a corner, quiet. That shit amazes the hell out of me. Like these women are not regular people. Like you can't just talk to them. You know what I mean? But hey, look, fellas, we got to change that, man. Be confident in who you is, bro. These women is super regular, and more times than not, when you talk to them, you're gonna be disgusted after coming. You be like, damn, I can't believe I was thinking she was out of my league for real. I'm out of her league, and we gonna keep it G. But it takes confidence, man. Confidence, fellas. Ray Alexander. Oh wait, no, I already read that. Yeah. Billy Go Gruff. Get my bread back to me, Trill ASAP. Since you're screaming supporters to protect feminist feelings.
Wow.
Shaking my head. How you taking money and not showing the super chat? Hey, bro, send me your cash app, folks. I'll send you double what you sent back. We're not taking your money, bro. We don't need your money if we gonna keep it Z. But I'm not gonna let you just insult women just blatantly on my panels. That's just not how we run things. But in terms of the money, if it's that important, send me your cash app, gang, and I'll send you double what you sent.
You only heard for $5. God damn.
Hey,
I already know it.
It's a bad
real.
Bad
That was a stocking stuffer.
That's what they were talking about with them punchlines earlier. That's what they was talking about. Billin says femininity is seen how she reacts when offended. Quest with the 20 ball, my dog. Shout out to my dog Quest, man. Salute to the crew and OG Ricky. We appreciate you, bro. Always. You know it's love, man. Uncle Stepdaddy with the 10 ball. Rejection has become crazy. Women are losing their lives for telling dudes no after the clubs. Be careful, ladies.
There's some Myrons out there.
Facts.
Let me see. Money with the 2 ball. Who gets the most shots on here?
Shots? What that mean?
What you mean?
Or I guess he mean like
talking about Casamigos or
something else.
Well, I mean, if we talking about alcohol shots, it's clearly me. But if we're talking about, approaching, then that
how's
may be
that clear?
Oh, what shots we talking about?
Tell them to pay one more dollar.
Hey, show the stat sheet. We need to see a stat sheet.
Is that the same guy that?
Nah, it's all love, man. We gonna have to find that out one day because I don't believe you. You got to show me. Web Slinger with the 5 ball. Fix your face, too. Fix your face. It's not insecurity. A lot of baddies have inflated egos and love low blows in a disagreement. Plain Janes are often just as pretty and less headaches.
Amen.
It's true. Alex Miner with the 10 ball. Some women make rejection a contact sport they wouldn't be ready for if they had to do the approaching. Not every dude is mentally tough enough to approach the baddies with confidence. I agree, man. And that's what I want to change. You know what I'm saying? I want all the fellas to be confident in themselves because these women are regular people, bro. I'm telling you.
You should do a course for the young men.
Stop falling in love with the fetish.
No, because men really don't know how to talk to women. They don't even know.
Don't.
Do we need to do a course or something?
Well, that's why I said they gotta have a healthy relationship with themselves first. Then they'll cut that illusion down. That's all.
It's just conversation at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You don't even know how to start a conversation.
Just try to be interesting. Do something.
And wash your ass.
Always. Getting shot at women. Oh, he says women. Which of y'all get shot at most on the panel?
We need to check the stats.
Yeah, he should check the stats. I haven't been, but I have been attempted to be assaulted. So let's not play these games.
Shot
No.
Wait, they talking about shots?
Shooting their shot.
Okay,
what's going on? Shooting
I said thirsty. You thirsty.
I
Dude,
thought-
thirsty after y'all. How many of y'all get?
Shot can mean a lot of things. What do we
Shot
do?
at, I think like men who try to get at you.
Holler.
Right?
Try to holler. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it too far.
Trying to holler.
We all come from different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Give him that $1.99.
The Kenny with the 2 balls said, I want my money back as well. Hell no,
No
you ain't getting
refunds,
your money
nigga.
back.
No refunds.
Your money already spent. Money with the 2 ball, no liquor. Nah, hey, man. Web sling with the 5 ball. It's not insecurity. A lot of baddies have inflated egos.
I think you did this one.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
B with the 5 ball. Saira agarrando kira quietly, but her expression said it all tonight.
Ja.
Agarrando.
Is that your real name?
Zaira, yes, but agarrando, it means grabbing.
Oh,
Cura, I don't know in what aspect she's saying that. I don't know. I don't know what she meant.
Ja.
Use Google Translate.
That means haha.
Ha ha. We should know that one.
Hey, give me my credit for how smoothly that I
Haha is LOL.
I know.
It's coming together.
Nah, that's all love. But yeah, I think that's all of it, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate everybody for pulling up on us tonight. It's been a hell of a episode, man. We're gonna be right back at this thing next Wednesday, 9:30ish Central. Y'all know how we give it up. Panel, it's love. Y'all already know, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for, like I say, loaning me y'all time and gems. I think this was very helpful. I think this was very progressive, and that's what we aim to do. So, until next time, man, we are out of here. I appreciate all y'all. Hold on. Y'all just keep on V with the twin, like laughing quietly in the background.
I just saw the meaning.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Hey, Trill.
Yo.
I just want to say, I want to thank you guys for the needed growth. Everybody has contributed to this process, and I've learned a lot in a short time, a lot more than 10 years. But yeah, it's everybody's
resume.
Everybody's shooting everywhere.
You know what? I'd love to take a look at it. I mean, my mom worked in HR for Target stores for years. Maybe there's some assistance that I could provide.
Yeah, I gotta plug my holes with the job fillings, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I've had some temp service jobs, but okay.
Oh God, Lord have mercy.
I'm
like I said, man, we gonna wrap this thing up. I appreciate y'all, man. Love, man. Till next time, we.